I ain't gonna lie. I turned in a few of them. Was like, I hope he gets his ass whooped, man. But never did. Never did.
You getting some of this on footage. All right. Let me just make the quick introduction and we'll go right back into this.
Yeah, no.
Hey, what up? This is the Good Fight Podcast. It's early in the morning and you're used to seeing us with a good whiskey or a good beer.
Yes.
But we got Starbucks today.
What's in that Starbucks?
Yeah. It's just all black coffee. And, you know, I'm a little tired. I'm going to lie. It's been busy week for us. We've been grinding. We've been trying to stay productive. We've been fighting the good fight, if you will. But I'm really excited for our guest that we have this morning. How do you say your last name? I'm sorry. Carrera. Yeah. Bri
Carrera.
Bri Carrera. Upcoming female boxer. And we know that it's an amazing time right now in women's boxing. And so there's a lot that we're going to unpack today. And we're just excited. So welcome, Bri.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Early in the morning.
Yes, early in the morning. Man.
So let's recap. I want to recap on last night's fight. Obviously, that's something to talk about. Benavidez, and it's a Ukrainian that he fought, right?
Yes. Because I seen Usyk come to his locker room.
Oh, for real?
Yes. I think that's why he did so.
Okay, so did y'all watch that whole fight?
No, I didn't get to.
I did, yeah.
What do you think about what do you think?
I think Benavidez was doing good. He was picking them apart, but his shots weren't phasing him, bro. Like, that power that he had at 168, I don't think it carried over to 175. Because those guys are his. Because he was a big 168.
Yeah.
Those guys are his size.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's going toe-to-toe with somebody that's his size, and I just don't think that power is going to carry over to 175.
And I think what she said a key thing, toe-to-toe. Benavidez is used to fighting toe-to-toe.
Yes. He has that dog in him, man.
But you got to make the adjustment when people are absorbing your shots.
Absolutely.
And the one thing that he's lacked, at least I've seen in his career, is footwork.
Yeah.
And I think that's what would give him problems against Canelo.
Yeah.
Like, people aren't realizing
I
that.
think so too. Everybody keep talking. Canelo Benavidez, Canelo's scared. They're hyping it up as if like Canelo. The only thing that may give Canelo problems is size.
Yes.
That's it. He don't.
You know what?
He don't. But look, Benavidez ain't got the footwork. He don't.
Doesn't.
And he doesn't got as much power as people say. No. It's volume.
Yes.
It's death by 1,000 stings from a big man is why he has so much success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I used to think Canelo would beat him, but I just think that Canelo, like seeing that yesterday, even though he didn't hurt him, I think he beats Canelo now, to be honest.
Why?
Just because of what Bivol did to him. You know, like, being a bigger dude, he struggles with that, bro.
If you know how to use the size.
But he's been fighting kind of bigger.
He has his whole career. Nobody that big, though, to her point.
He jumped up pretty.
But Bivol's a different breed, though, because here's two things that have given Canelo problems. The big guy, but also the actual athlete.
Yes.
The athlete, the actual mobile, athletic person gives problems to Canelo. Stationary guys don't give problems to Canelo. And Benavidez is stationary.
And somebody else who gave Canelo problems early in the fight was Plant because he had a good jab.
Yeah.
If you have that good jab, man, it's hard to.
Well, Canelo broke his ass down.
Oh, absolutely, man. Later in the fight, but the first couple rounds, man, I was like, "That's gonna be a pretty
It's
good fight."
We're really just talking about size,
right?
Because when we put all the attributes together, everything else except size is tailor made for Canelo. You don't know how to move in and out of range, you gonna get countered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Benavidez doesn't move in and out of range that well. It's really just his size. We're really just talking, and maybe the volume punching.
Yes.
He's a little fast.
Maybe the volume punching. The volume punching, but.
Man, I wonder if him being a former heavyweight child, I should say, I think that's politically correct way to say it. As a
this ain't no political correct show.
Okay, well, he's a fat kid, so I wonder if that helps him helps him absorb punches a little better. You know, he's a chubby kid, so I don't know if that helps him.
Have we seen his chin tested? I can't remember.
I was just gonna say that too.
Really?
I don't think I've ever seen Benavidez get hurt.
Because getting hit by Canelo is another thing.
Man, you ain't lying. That's Billy Joe Saunders, you know.
Ask them all. Playing everybody that he done got broken down. Like, I don't know. I still got Canelo winning.
Oh,
It's
She
gonna
goes,
be a good one, man.
I think it's
good.
going. I really want to see that, bro. I really, really want to see
because
that.
when you watch the fight from last night, like what we're talking about right now, it's like, okay, he ain't the monster at 175.
No, he ain't the.
Yeah.
He's
I
not
mean,
a
he has
boogeyman, though.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
know.
carry that power over 175. But Canelo isn't a 175.
He's not.
No.
He's not. He's not.
So
And that Kovalev knockout was like Kovalev's on his way out.
Right.
You know,
right.
he was delayed reaction.
What
You know,
what weight do you think they'll fight at? 168.
168. 168.
yeah,
I think Canelo doesn't want.
he doesn't want to.
Why would you want to go back up to 175?
Right.
You
I didn't know if just to prove it, to itself or what, because Canelo's all about taking risks.
Bro, Canelo's still the GOAT in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, what other Mexican fighter has accomplished what he has?
And who's taking that many chances? You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean, come on. He cleaned out that whole entire 168 division in about a year.
Yes.
Most of these champs only fight once a year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's very
You know what I mean?
active.
Like,
That's
that
one
was
thing I will
nuts.
say about him. He's
People
so
like, oh,
active.
cherry pick. Bro, no. When he campaigned at 168, everybody he fought had a title.
Yep.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody. So, like, people be hating on Canelo, bro.
Yeah.
And he earned his right to fight who he wants to. You know what I mean? He earned his right to do that. Just like Floyd did that. Just like every other great fighter has done that. They've earned their right to pick their fight.
He still need to fight Benavidez, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I still want to see that. I still
Before
want
he
to see
retired, he has to.
Okay, what about the Tank and Frank Martin fight last night? You got to watch that, right?
That. Yeah, I did.
I've only seen the highlights this morning, man, because
Oh, so they cut you off?
yeah, man. So I have to like
Somebody
Should've
out
went
there. Hey, somebody out there.
send me the link.
Somebody out there sponsor Joe. He needs a subscription.
That's even better. The Zone Boxing, UFC
Hey, well,
Fight
the
Pass.
good fight ain't paying salaries yet. All right, so fine. We're gonna ask her. We got Bri.
Yes,
What
yes.
did you think about the Tank fight and Frank Martin?
I kind of knew Frank Martin was gonna win the first round just because Gervonta starts off real slow.
Yeah.
Like literally the first half of all of his fights are all like that. They're
Yeah, he
all
just
like that.
downloads.
But I think, and I said it in the group chat too. I could show you right
Yeah.
now, bro. I swear to God, I told him. I said, bro, Frank is gonna freeze in the 8 or the 9 round.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get knocked out, bro.
Yeah.
By that uppercut, and I called it, bro. I called it. But I just think, I don't know, like. I don't think anybody beats him right now. I ain't gonna lie. Even Shakur, like I feel like Shakur would probably give him those chances, but after a while, Tank is gonna start.
You gonna
just
run out?
catching
You gonna
him.
run
Yeah,
out of
you
ring?
gonna hit something.
What about Tank and Lomachenko?
Ooh, I don't
I'm-
know.
That's a good
Yeah,
fight.
I know
wanna
that's a
see
big,
that.
that's
I
a
wanna
good
see
fight.
that.
That's a good
Because
fight.
it's power in footwork. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be.
Well, listen, what we were just talking about. It's like, yeah, you're gonna run out of room. You're gonna hit something eventually,
Yeah.
right? But
So how's he gonna take
Chenko
that?
is never there
Yes.
too
his
long.
Angles, his angles.
Because it's not like you just walking him down, on a straight line.
Yeah.
He's cutting angles.
He's got to cut the ring
Yeah.
with Lomachenko.
So that's harder to
turn
do.
with him. And,
Yeah, that's
I
harder
think
to
that's
do with
honestly
Chenko.
his toughest fight.
Yeah.
I
I
think
really
so
do.
because Lomachenko will keep him busy.
Yes.
He'll keep him busy. He'll keep him occupied.
And I feel like Lomachenko's fought more southpaws than Tank has. He has more experience fighting southpaws.
Yeah, and I think this is like, I think you got to keep Tank occupied, and Lomachenko's one of the best guys at keeping people occupied.
Yes.
If you look last night, yeah, Frank's footwork was giving him in trouble, but it was just footwork. He wasn't doing it behind the jab as often.
Not at all.
So it's like he's cutting off the ring without having to worry about too many punches coming at him. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, come on, Frank, when you gonna start punching? When you gonna start punching with that? He's walking back, but he ain't throwing punches behind it.
Yeah.
They were few and far between. And in a way, I'm like, man, I want Frank to pull it off. Especially,
yeah, me too, bro.
Well, especially because we was in his camp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been over there.
Milo
too.
was
I like
sparring
it.
Frank for the past 6 weeks. So, I got to know
Dude, I was
Frank a
rooting
little
for
bit.
Frank
I got to
because
talk
of that.
I got to talk to Frank for a little bit. He's a real good dude. You know what I mean? So in a way, I'm like, okay, you got to pull it off. But
Damn.
Tank's so
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, and we were just talking about like the being patient and just slowly breaking down your opponent, not doing too much too early.
See what I did see before they cut me off from
Before they
English.
cut you
yeah,
off.
Yeah, before they cut me off.
Somebody get Joe a subscription.
Please. Man, he was giving Frank so much problems without even throwing punches, man. Just feints, just like mentally frustrating him.
reactive,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
He was too
Mentally
reactive.
frustrating him
Yeah.
without even laying a finger on him. It was pretty cool to watching him break him down without laying a hand on him,
Yeah.
without actually hurting him. like just mentally exhausting him. And I think that's what.
You think Frank knowing like who he was fighting, do you think that played a part?
I think
like,
so.
Kind of like how they say like the
yeah.
Canelo effect.
I think so.
Like when you're standing across the ring from Canelo, it's like, oh shit, like I'm fighting Canelo.
I think so.
You think that's?
Yep. Plus, you know the kind of power that's in that punch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which means you're probably not going to sit down too long. Like, he was on the bicycle that whole fight.
Yeah.
From the first round. I'm like, okay, when he's going to sit down? You have to sit down a little bit.
Right.
Or you're going to have to do this for 12 fucking rounds.
That's exhausting.
And that's a risk, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a risk because any moment in that 12th round, you can make a simple mistake. And that's what actually happened last night. Because he wasn't hurt. He wasn't tired when he made that mistake. He just made that mistake and then what?
He just slowed down, bro, with the 6th and the 7th, right?
Yeah.
No, the 7th and the 8th. He just slowed down those 2 rounds. And I think he was trying to get his legs back.
I think so. Because he leaned against that rope.
And that too much.
It was that split second.
You see how depleted he looked in the cut-in? Or the weigh-ins? Do you think that had an effect for how he took the punch?
Nah, he looked fresh, bro. I don't think that was it.
I think the weigh-ins, man.
He did look a little more busted than he usually does at 135.
Because man, I've always heard Tank has that their
rehydration clause. Yeah.
I don't think they did it for this one though.
I don't know,
but
fully hydrated or not, that uppercut.
Yeah, you ain't taking that too much.
I don't care.
Yeah, you can be full of water, man. You can hit one of them. It's putting you out.
But like the boxing game is kind of changing a little bit in terms of like the evolution, the innovation of the sport. Like, people are not only understanding how to be better conditioned for that fight, but they're also understanding the developing strategies.
I see.
Like when I was sitting at Shakur's sparring yesterday, what I'm just looking at is patient precision. It's not about how long you could go, it's how you use that time.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, oh, he's out of shape or he's not in shape. They're all in shape.
Right.
How do you use those 3 minutes? You know what I mean? To set you up for the next 3 minutes, and then the next 3 minutes, and the next 3 minutes. They was actually doing 4-minute rounds. I was like, we went in there, and the bell said 4 minutes. Milo looked at me, and he goes, 4-minute rounds? He goes, what the fuck? They want me to do 4 minutes? I said, Milo, we already here. You're going to have to go in there and put in that work, man.
Fuck that.
Damn near UFC fight, man. It's 5-minute rounds. Shit.
This boxing game, man. But this is what you do.
Yeah.
And this is what it's been charting your path, and you got a real interesting background at a real interesting time in boxing. So you started boxing at what age?
I was 13.
13 years old.
Yeah.
Tell me how you got into it.
Well, I was fighting already.
Like in the streets?
I was fighting, going to jail for fighting.
You had a bad temper or what?
Nah, you know what? It wasn't even that, bro. I didn't like bullies, bro. I never liked bullies, and for some reason, every time I see somebody do some some dumb shit, I would always just say something, bro. My mouth got me in trouble all the time.
Like stand up for people? Or?
Yeah. Like just anywhere. Like I didn't even have to know them, bro. I was just always like, I don't know. I just didn't like that shit. Like people that were too cocky and shit like that. Yeah, I just didn't like that shit, bro.
So you always end up in altercations.
Yeah.
Because of loudmouth people.
Failed. Yeah. It never failed.
It
was never my fault, bro. It was never my fault.
Instead of turning the other cheek, you're like, man, somebody got to say something.
Yeah, I was like, man, fuck it. It was either because of that or because of my little brother. Because my little brother used to start shit, and then he used to tell people.
I got one of those.
I was the little brother.
Yeah.
I was
he used to tell people like I don't know. He would just start shit, bro.
I'm gonna go get my sister.
I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. It literally never failed. It was never my fault.
Yeah.
It was never my fault, bro. It was never my fault.
I got one of those.
You're not even gonna believe me, but I swear to God, it was never my fault.
Oh, I believe you. Trust me, bro.
I met Pat. It's never his fault.
Bro, bro, I got stories. I remember getting into fights because of him. And I didn't even look, bro. One time, I was in my front yard. And I was talking to this girl I grew up in the neighborhood with, right? And I'm just out there having a good time and so forth. And there was like this little tree in the front with like I don't know if it was pears or what the hell it was, right? And there was like a basketball floor behind my gym, like a little court. And All I know is the back fence got kicked down by like 5 Asian dudes, right? Asian dudes. And he walked up to me and he goes, "Why you throwing shit at me for?" And I looked, I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he swung, the other one swung. Before you know it, I'm fighting in the front yard, all the Asian dudes. And the only 2 people there are the girl that I was talking to and her sister. So they started taking off shoes and they was in there boxing, hitting people with shoes and shit like that, backing me up, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, I didn't know what was going on. And my mom and my sister in the front room had no idea we were fighting in the front yard. They were watching what was that novella they used to watch? Tres Mujeres or something like that, right? They were so occupied by that. But then finally my brother comes out. He grabs a pole, right? And he starts swinging off on that pole. And he's little at this point. And he's so small that when they grabbed the pole from him and tried to rip it from his hands, he went flying with the pole. And then my best friend, he comes out and he starts boxing, right? And so it was a scrap in the front yard. But when it was all said and done, I figured out what happened. My brother and my best friend, these stupid dudes, was picking those little pears from the tree or whatever they were, and they was throwing them at him, and pegging them and stuff like that. We could condense that story. But so you were fighting. How did you end up in the gym though? Like, how did you end up like boxing? Like, what happened? Like, what got you there?
So I was living at my mom's, and I don't know what made my dad come up with this, but he was like, "Man, you know what? You want to fight? You want to get kicked out of school? We're finna take you to a gym."
Yeah.
And it's crazy, bro, because an Olympic coach, Coach Pete Rojas, he's on Team USA.
Oh yeah.
And he literally owns his gym 2 minutes from my house, like a whole, probably like half a mile.
He's a Hispanic guy, right?
Yeah.
If
He's the Texas. He's the Texas Golden Gloves.
I think
coach.
I know who you're talking about. Pull him up real quick.
Dude, he was like literally like half a mile from my house. Like I swear
in
to
the
God,
cliff,
like,
right?
Down the street. Nah, in Arlington. My mom lives in Arlington. My dad.
What part of
lives in
Arlington?
Cliff. Right there off of Pioneer, like Park
I grew
Road
up over there.
type thing.
That's where I grew up. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. I got an Arlington tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Ag Town. Shout out to Ag Town.
Yeah, I grew up over there. Man, I remember when the Cowboy Stadium, before it was even there, bro. Before it was even there. That area is nice now. Before that Cowboy Stadium was there, that was all apartments. That was, Trap City. Oh, okay. So there's another coach there too, right? A younger Hispanic guy.
Cruz.
Pull up Cruz. I'm gonna see if I know if that is who I think it is.
He has a son.
That's his son.
Nah, he has let me see. His son is a national champion. Hold on.
The little one, right?
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about. Small world in boxing.
Hold on. Shit, I ain't gonna know. Hold on.
Oh yeah, nobody ever gets a signal in here.
He's
Oh yeah.
him right there.
Yeah. Oh man, he saw me in a bad moment.
For real?
Yes. I'm embarrassed now.
Let me see.
We were at the
Him right there.
Oh, okay.
he did see me in a bad moment. I acted out of character.
Oh, for real?
Hopefully he don't remember that. I was at the
It happens to everybody.
let's remind him real quick. I was at the regional Silver Gloves. Elias had one state, my son, and then we went to the regionals in Little Rock, not Little Rock, just outside Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And he was there. And Elias at the time had probably like 8 fights. And the guy that he fought at the regional Silver Gloves had like 45 fights.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But Elias held his own. But as you do this, you learn the different tactics and strategies. And he kept clinching Elias a certain way and touching him off the clinch.
I see.
So Elias started touching him off the clinch too, excessively though. But they were both doing it. But the ref kept warning Elias and deducted a point from him eventually. Bro, I flipped, bro. I went off. I'm sitting in that chair talking shit, cursing and stuff. And Fernando's sitting next to me and he goes, "Chill out, they're gonna get us disqualified." I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I almost got into a fight with the damn ref. Literally. And Fernando's like, "Man, you gotta stop, man. We're gonna have to bail you out of jail." Well, I hope he didn't see that though, because I know he's a good Christian man, and so am I. But sometimes
When you mess with your kids though, man, all bets are off.
I learned something from that. Normally I don't act like that at fights, but that time I don't know what was going on.
You just said fuck it.
There was a lot of shit. That was a lot of
Fuck
shit. I said they gotta know who I am at least one time.
Yeah.
At least one time. But anyways, so your dad thought about a boxing. Why did he think about boxing? Did he have a background in boxing? Did he know people in boxing?
My cousin Virgil Ortiz.
That's your cousin?
Yeah.
Virgil's your cousin?
Yeah.
What?
Swear to God, he was at my pro debut and everything.
What?
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
didn't know that. You gotta get him on my podcast now. You put in the
Yeah,
word.
I got you. But yeah,
So Virgil.
even when I was
Judah, I
younger,
need you to take your time with editing this one. Make it look great.
Shout out, Virgil. How you doing?
even when I was younger, like my dad had took me to La Pulga and got me like a bullshit little fucking
I remember
boxing
those.
bag.
I remember
like, the one
those.
as big as that one.
I remember
As
those.
big
I
as
ain't gonna
that
lie.
one,
I got
bro.
my son one from Traders Village.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
I swear to God. He
Was
bought
it the
me one.
American or the Mexican one?
Nah, so
Mine was both.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. We kept walking until we got just a plain color one. I was like, man, I just want one that, you know what I mean? Just a plain red one or whatever. And man, we found some like real leather gloves out there for him and everything.
Yeah.
Like some real leather little boxing gloves.
So you have boxing in your family,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like why he took you to the gym?
Nah, but you know what though? At this point, we didn't even know that Virgil was my cousin.
For
We
real?
didn't even know. He just walked in. Him and his dad walked into Coach P's gym one day, and Virgil's dad walked up to me and was like, "Hey, Mika," and I'm like, "What?"
You were already boxing at this point?
Yeah,
Or?
I was already a national champion,
Yeah.
and I'm
Fuck.
like, "What?" I was like, "Who?"
Oh, now, wait. Now that it's interesting because now that she was a national champion, oh hey, I'm your cousin.
Yeah.
Before that, we're not related.
Nah, you know what? Because I'm a little distant from my mom's side of the family. I'm
yeah.
related to him from my mom's side of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
family.
yeah.
So his dad and my mom are cousins.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm real distant with my mom's side of
Yeah.
the family, and so I didn't ever really talk to them. I didn't even
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And he walked up to me, like I said, he was like, "Hey, Mika," and I'm like I said, I was like, "Who the fuck
His
is
daddy?
this?"
His daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't even fucking know Virgil.
Yeah.
I didn't know who Virgil was. I didn't know who he that he was this big up and coming dude, and I'm like,
100% knockout ratio.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
had no
Beast.
clue.
Yeah.
I had no clue. Everybody in the gym was like, "Oh shit, like you're
Yeah,
related to him." I'm
yeah.
like, I guess.
I
Yeah.
guess.
I didn't even know. I didn't know until I like fucking looked him up, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Like, hell
crazy.
yeah, I'm related to him.
Yeah, and then
they
it come to find out, bro. Like I got fucking like cousins that were like on the Mexico team over there in Acapulco that are like
Damn.
fucking triathlon athletes and shit. I'm
Man,
like,
there's a
what the
reason we
fuck?
met.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
bro.
So you
that's
get in there
crazy.
at 13. It was your dad's idea. Were you all for it and all that at that point? Or you kind of like, we'll see, I'll try it?
I was like, man, I'm gonna just try it just because I was already fighting. And then they had put me in there with a 20-year-old
But to spar?
spar. My first week there.
What the hell?
Yeah, I swear to God. I don't know what it was, but he just put
They
me
were
in
like-
there.
You get
Yeah.
in there. I'm going to discourage you. I don't want you to come
Right.
back. Sometimes coaches do that.
Oh,
He didn't
yeah.
train girls.
Yeah.
He didn't like that shit.
That's what it was.
He didn't
So
train
So he's
girls.
like, Sinisa Estrada got the same kind of story. When she told her story, her dad had been around boxing and she wanted to box, but he didn't want her to box. So he kept sticking her in there with guys in hopes that it would discourage her from boxing.
Yeah. Nah, he just threw me in there.
13 years old, you're in there with a 20-year-old?
Yeah.
20-year-old man
And I
or
held my
20-year-old?
no, a girl.
Oh, okay, I
a
was about
girl.
to say,
But he
Still
used to
though.
put me in there with boys
Yeah,
too
yeah,
though.
yeah.
And dude, I was like,
Were you
I
just
was-
slugging?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like windmill, like straight
Yeah.
windmill, like the whole time. And sometimes I would even like put him in the corner and just boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 and just go.
So did
until
at
I
that
was
point,
gassed.
did you figure out, okay, I could do this. I like this.
I liked it, but I never liked the training at first.
Yeah.
Like all that running stuff, I was like, man, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just coming to spar.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how it was at first. And then probably like 2 months in, I was like just soaking everything in and
Yeah.
learning real fast. And I swear to God, like probably like 7-8 months in, he took me to nationals. I had 4 fights.
So wait. So you went to the nationals 7 months in?
7-8 months in.
How many fights did you have again?
I had 4. But you know, when you go to nationals as a girl, you're supposed to have like 5. Is it 5 or 10 minimum?
I think the minimum bout requirement may be 10, but your win ratio got to be, if they still do it, I think it's like 50-60% win ratio, or is it 40?
Yeah, but
Something like that.
I had won all of mine, and I had stopped
Oh.
everybody.
So you were able to get right in there.
Yeah.
I was at 13 years old. Were you 13, right?
I was 13, yeah.
So
no, I
wasn't
was 14. I was 14 at this time.
So was it the JOs? You went to the JOs?
Junior Olympics. Yeah, I won the Junior Olympics at West Virginia.
So
West
7
West
months
Virginia. Yeah, and then I went back.
4, 7. What'd you say 4? What did you say 4 months in at this point?
No, I was 7 months in. Yeah,
And you
With
went
4
7 months
fights.
in, with 4 fights.
But how many how many actual fights have you had?
4.
But like
At that
4
point.
on paper or just?
No, 4 on
Okay.
paper. I had.
That's it? And you went to the JOs?
Yeah,
How'd you do at the JOs?
I won.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I got. I gave the girl 2 8 counts actually.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I went back October for I think it was the Eastern
Yeah.
qualifiers in
Detroit.
no, it wasn't Detroit. Shit, it was the one right before Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
I forgot where that one was at.
But you was on a fast track.
Trying-
4 fights, and they throw you straight into the nationals, and she won.
Yeah, and then I won again in October.
So after that, you were like, okay, I'm doing this. Like
Yeah.
that feeling of I'm winning.
Yeah.
At the highest level, or starting to be at the highest level.
And then I went to the championships in December, bro.
That's when by the way, that's technically the real national.
Yeah.
In December, yeah.
And I did it, and I think I had moved up for that one. I think I had moved up to 145 because I was fighting at 138.
At 13, 14 years old?
14, yeah. Okay. And then I had moved up to 145, and then I did good, and then I lost, bro. And then once I lost, I was like, man, fuck this.
You want to quit?
Yeah, because I had never gotten beat up. I had never, nothing. I had never lost a fight.
Face adversity or anything.
So I was like, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. I don't want to do this shit no more. And then I just started. Well, I really had started getting in trouble in like November, probably like a couple weeks before I went to the tournament.
For real?
And then, And
so
then,
you was fighting, but you were still getting in trouble? Still?
Yeah. Just like doing stupid stuff.
Like?
And then, really, when I was younger, I started like stealing cars. That's how it started.
Okay.
I started like stealing cars. Like people would just, people, and I wasn't like sticking nobody up or nothing like that, but they were just leaving the cars running at the gas stations, and I would just hop in.
So nothing crazy like Gone in 60 Seconds and shit.
No,
doing Nicolas Cage.
I wasn't pulling people out of cars. But I was like, that's how it started.
You think it had to do with a lot of people around you? It was, just tempting to get out there and get in trouble, and
I think so.
Yeah,
because I always knew what I was doing wasn't right.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was just, like I didn't know what I was doing.
So boxing wasn't like didn't have your total attention and had your discipline at this point yet. Nah.
It wasn't up until I was like 17 that I really was just like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
That's
that when I turned 17, that's when I was like, all right, I left everything, bro. Like I haven't had friends.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Because it was keeping you away from being like all in and being disciplined, getting in trouble and friends and people like that.
It was so easy. Like it was so easy whenever I was like around people like that. It was just so easy to just get up, and they would call me like, hey, you want to go do this? Knowing that by the end of the night, I was going to end up doing some whole other shit.
Yeah.
It was so easy. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm just not even going to do it. I'm not even going to put myself in a situation to just end up doing something dumb.
What about like the coaches and stuff during this time? Did they try to like keep you out of trouble and keep you disciplined and whatnot?
Yeah, Pete tried, man, but like he was going to my court dates and everything when I was going to jail. Like
really?
I got videos like sparring with my house arrest monitor on. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And he tried, bro. He really tried, but after a while, he was kind of like, you know what? If that's what you want to do, then
that's on you.
Then that's on you.
Yeah.
And he stopped. Like he stopped looking out for a little bit, and then once I came back, he was like, "Are you sure you're gonna do it?" And I was like, "Yeah."
What kept you coming back?
I just liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I liked it though. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like being in there. Like the coaches, they always like threw game at me, and like, they always like it wasn't even about boxing for real. Whenever they would talk to me, it was just like just life in general. You know what I'm saying? Like they would talk to me all the time and like take the time out their day to like put me on game about certain stuff, and they were like, if you ever need anything, like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. They would always look out.
Structure and guidance.
Yeah. They were all military guys too.
Really?
So they was like, on my ass for real. Like they told me straight.
1,700 hours and all that shit.
Nah, they told me straight. Like they weren't sugarcoating nothing.
Yeah.
They were like, nobody's forcing you. Like they would tell me shit like nobody's forcing you to do shit. You're being a dumbass on your own.
Yeah.
That's literally how they would tell me. Like they were never like trying to beat around the bush or nothing like that.
That's interesting too because like, I meet a lot of guys. I run into a lot of guys coaching kids, and it's like, if they don't want to come back, they don't want to come back. That's my attitude, right? But for some reason, they keep coming back,
right?
Yeah.
Because like they may not like what you have to say. They may not like that. It requires more than just showing up and putting in your little 2 hours. It ends up becoming a lifestyle, and it requires discipline to make that a lifestyle. And so you get some kids, I'm like, okay, they probably ain't gonna come back. They don't like being told what to do. They don't like being told that they're not doing something right. They don't like being told that they need to get in better shape. They don't like being told that. So I figure, or they don't like being called out whenever they're like in a circle talking about some bullshit that they shouldn't have been doing, and I overhear it and I get onto them because it comes with the territory, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm like, okay, they probably won't come back, but they keep coming back because people crave structure.
Yeah.
People crave that discipline that they know they really need. It may be tough, but it feels good. You have a sense of accomplishment after you've actually, sit your feet down and were disciplined in some type of way.
You have to be coachable.
Yeah. Okay, so you stayed in it, and then you made the USA boxing team.
Yeah.
Well, were you still a junior at that point, or were you already youth division?
I was a junior. That was when I was ranked #1 as a junior.
Oh, you made the USA team as a junior as well?
Yeah. So I was ranked #1 as a junior, and then I was getting in trouble like my youth, the whole youth, the whole time I was supposed to be competing with you. And then when I turned elite, I won again at 146 and was on the USA team again.
So how many years were you on the USA team?
2.
And so you got to travel everywhere with them and all that?
Yeah. That shit was kind of cool.
So you were on the high performance team, right?
I was on the squad. As an elite, I was on the squad.
Yeah.
And then I was never really consistent. I wasn't consistent enough to travel with them as a junior.
Oh.
So like when I won the nationals, like literally I won July, which was the Junior Olympics, and in October, and then I competed in December. And because I was the top 2 in December, I was gonna go with Team USA. But by then I had already left boxing. I was already going back to jail.
For real?
Yeah, and so they called me while I was in jail, dude.
Really?
They called my coach when I was in jail.
Yeah.
2 days after I went to jail, I remember this shit. I will never forget it, bro. It was my first opportunity to go to Team USA, and I was so excited. And I was in jail, bro.
For real?
I was in jail. I remember that shit. I will never forget it, bro, because...
So you were in jail when you received the news. Dang.
They send my coach an email, because that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Derek, this dude named Derek that sends the emails. He sent my coach an email, hey, we want your fighter at the selection camp. We can do the whoop in January. I was already in jail, bro.
Man.
I had went to jail the weekend before that.
But that was as a junior, right?
I was a junior, yeah.
And then so you get another chance
as an elite. And then as an elite, I was with them for those 2
So not the youth division, not the youth. You
no,
skipped the youth.
Yeah.
And then you competed at adult elite?
Elite at 139.
And then you made the USC team there?
At 139.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you was traveling a lot with them at that point?
Yeah, that shit was live.
Where all did you get to go?
Was live. We had like international camps where they had brought like
that's what I want to know about the international fights.
Yeah, like
because that's just
I
different.
think they had like France and like a whole bunch of shit, bro. They used to bring off like a whole bunch of countries and shit, and everybody would just spar.
Where at? At the Colorado?
At the OTC in Colorado Springs.
Nice.
Yeah. That shit was live.
Did you get to go like travel internationally?
Nah, I never got to do that.
Really?
I never got to do that.
Was that in the talks though, or?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to spar people from different countries and stuff?
Yeah, that shit was cool.
What was that like?
But
Different
stuff?
Like,
it's kind of like with them. It's more like tit-tat.
Yeah. Tic-tac type of
I
sparring.
like to
Like a
sit
point
down.
type boxing.
Yeah.
I see.
It's just like scoring. It's kind of like they're just tapping.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. It's not. You're not even getting hurt.
You want to sit down on the shot.
Yeah. I want to bang.
That's
bro.
why you in the sport. That's why you in the sport.
I want to fight. I don't want to like chase you around and have to cut the
slap
ring.
box or
I don't
anything
want to
like
do
that.
that.
So they're touching it out. They ain't not sitting down on anything,
Right.
which means that they gone when you want to sit on something.
Yeah, it was a bunch of like leaping left hooks and then check hooks. That's really all that they do. And then they do like the jab to the, like they feint the jab up top, come with the
Two
right
to the body,
and then they
yeah.
step out. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Eventually I caught on though.
Yeah.
I caught on eventually and started cutting the ring off and like counter punching
Yeah.
and being first and getting my volume, my punch volume up. But at first, man, I hated it because it was so hard to hit them. Like,
Yeah.
they were always moving, and I didn't know how to cut the ring, and I had never really had to.
Yeah.
So
Besides Americans, because we're #1. But what other country has, in your opinion, had the toughest opponents?
Damn train, man.
I know it, dude. It's Forney Staple, though, man.
as far as like being hard-headed, I would say Mexico because you can never stop them. They were so
For
hard-headed.
real?
Yeah.
Straightforward.
You got to fight a lot of them?
Yeah.
For real?
But
Were they touching or were they coming forward?
They were coming forward.
So
they don't care.
It wasn't
they
that
don't care.
tac stuff.
No. With them, you had to be in shape. You had to bang. Like there was no getting out of that. Like you were gonna have to be the one doing the tit tat.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah, you had to really be in and out with them because you could hit them all day.
So did you have to adjust and do the tac against them?
Yeah.
For real?
Because if you bang with a banger, then it's just gonna, you might lose.
It's brawling.
Yeah.
You might lose.
Fun.
It's not a guarantee. Yeah, it's gonna be like a 3-2.
Yeah.
And you might end up losing just because you're both doing the same thing, and they might get better shots.
So was it easy for you to make that adjustment mentally, or were you hard headed and was like, I'm gonna sit down a little bit with him?
It was easy because I'm long. So.
But you didn't want to sit down with him though. You're like, man, I know I got this if I just.
Yeah.
Okay.
It made it easier, so I was like, I'm gonna just box.
Nice.
And I have a good jab, so I just kept him.
And so you won. Did you win the nationals again at elite?
Yeah, at 146, the Junior Olympics again.
At 146.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you ended up going to the qualifiers too, right, for the Olympic trials?
I was supposed to go in December, but I went pro.
Did you compete at the qualifiers?
I qualified because of the Junior Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Because you had to be a top 2 to qualify.
So you already had qualified. You didn't have to go to qualifiers. Yeah, you didn't have to go to qualifiers.
Qualified.
At what weight did you qualify?
146.
At 146.
139, yeah. 139 wasn't an Olympic weight class anymore though. They had took it out like a year and a half prior to that.
So you had qualified at originally
I
at 1.
I qualified at 139 originally.
And then
they took it off, bro.
And so were you gonna go then though?
Yeah.
So you were gonna go.
I was gonna go at 139.
Yeah.
And then, cause I was already on the team for 139.
Yeah.
And then they took that off, so then I had to go fight for 146. I won at 146 and got the invitation to go to the 2024 Olympic
trials. The trials in Lafayette, right?
Yeah. I didn't go, cause I was like, you know what? They already had somebody. Because look, how they did it was in October.
Yeah.
They had an Olympic qualifier in Chile.
Yeah.
And in Santiago.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that were on the team, on the USA team already, had qualified for those Olympic weight classes. So whoever qualified in those Olympic weight classes, there was no reason for you to fight in December because those weight classes were already taken.
You already
qualified.
They already got it.
So they're not gonna take somebody
out.
They they weren't gonna do that.
But so you had a shot to fill a slot.
Yeah, I would have been an alternate.
Oh.
And I'm not doing that.
So you're like, the hell with it.
I'm not doing that because they literally had the Olympic qualifiers.
Yeah.
The trials are just to get on the selection camp.
Yeah.
So they had the actual 2024 Olympic trials overseas in October. They gave the people that were already on Team USA those weight classes a chance to qualify.
So you're like, why go through that trouble?
I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't finna. I could have waited around. I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah. You might as well just keep going, keep your foot on the gas, and see what was next. And so rather than going to the Olympic trials, you decided, okay, I'm just gonna go pro.
Yeah.
Was that your decision? Was it like your coach's decision? How did you make the decision to go pro?
I was kind of already thinking about it. I just didn't really want to say anything to my coach because he's a Team USA coach. I didn't want him to just feel like I was just, like tired of the amateurs or trying to move away from it.
Were you tired of the amateurs though?
I was. Because I never felt like I had an amateur style. Like I won nationals and stuff like that, but I never really liked it. If I'm being completely honest, I never really liked it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because there are some people that do great in amateurs but never do good in pros, and some people who don't do good in amateurs and do great in the pros. It's not really.
What was frustrating to you about the amateurs?
Everything, dude. Like the way that because you never know what the judges were looking for.
Oh, gosh, man.
You
That's
never
a whole
know.
conversation
You never know.
right there.
Like you never know what the judges are looking for. It's like one judge is looking for who has the best movement. One judge is looking for some defense. The other judge is just looking for the output. And then somebody else might be looking for how busy someone looks. You know what I'm saying? You're not even really getting in touch with anything.
You maybe catching everything.
And they just look busy. That's it. Like I don't know.
If the crowd reacting a lot, that a lot of times sways the judges and stuff like that. Hometown crowds.
But you were winning though.
Yeah, but I still didn't like it though.
So you were ready to transition to pro.
Yeah.
So how did that opportunity to go pro come about?
Coach P had already been knowing a lot of people. He's real known because he's been in the boxing world for 20 years.
Right.
So he's been knowing a lot of people already. And somebody had actually hit him up and was like, hey, like, I want your girl to fight on my pro show. And then that's how that went.
And where did you fight pro at?
Knockout Live. It's a new arena they just built.
In Arlington, right?
Yeah, they just built it in May.
Gosh, that traffic down there sucks.
Yeah.
But
KO Live,
yeah. So you fought there. Who did you fight?
forgot her name.
I saw it when she sent me the link. I looked at it, but I don't remember her name.
It's with a J.
First round KO, right?
Yeah, 37 seconds.
First round
Yeah,
KO.
I seen that.
She sent me that video, and like me, when somebody sends me a video of fighting or sparring, I like to get comfortable, sit down, drink the coffee, so I can take my time.
Right.
Man, 37 seconds. She was done. It was done.
Cause she had rushed me.
Pulled off.
Yeah, I jabbed to the body, and she tried to counter me and rush me, and I stepped back and I did a 3-2, and I caught her mean with the 3.
But the 2 put her down, right? It was the 2, right? Yeah. I remember.
She
I was watching
I seen that.
Yeah.
She did not want to get
I
up.
ruptured her eardrum, bro. She said it like you could see it in the video when she was like this, and then they told
with
her.
the 3?
Yeah.
Like, and then you followed up with the 2.
Yeah. Cause I came out with a 1 overhand.
So that 3 stung her first.
Yeah.
Busted her eardrum. She said, "You better hear me coming, baby."
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
So that was your pro debut.
Yeah.
An incredible pro debut.
Yeah.
How did you feel after that? I was like, okay, I'm.
The pros is where I need to be.
What did you do after? Did you go party after that, or?
Nah, man.
What you gonna do after that?
I did all that stuff when I was young.
Okay, so what did you do after the fight?
We went to the casino.
See, you partied in your own way. You know what I mean?
We went to Oklahoma to the Windstar
Choctaw.
Casino. Yeah, because my cousins that came down here from Austin, like they had like all mob down here.
Yeah.
So after we had won, everybody was like, well, they have an after party. They had an after party at the KO Live.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I don't want to be there for that.
Yeah.
And so they was like, well, fuck it, let's go to the casino.
So you partied. Boy, you trying to act
we were there till like 7
I went to the
gym.
I got me a smoothie. I went to Whole Foods.
We were there till like 7 in the morning, bro. Yeah, we were there all night.
You partied, Bri. Come on now. You should. What a hell of a
pro
opening.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so now you have your next pro fight coming up.
June 28th, not this Friday, but next Friday.
Man.
Yeah.
What? Tell us where that's at, how people could actually watch you.
It's on KO Live, and then it's in the same venue.
Yeah.
Right there, right in front of the Hurricane Harbor, right down the street from AT&T. And then there should be a link. I should have posted on my Instagram.
Okay.
And then people could tap into that.
And this is your second pro fight. Do you know who you're fighting?
Kim Colbert.
Kim Colbert. Yeah. Have you watched her yet? Studied her?
A little bit.
Yeah. Just gonna apologize in advance to Kim. Sorry.
Coming for you. I watched a little bit, not too much. I couldn't really find.
Is she orthodox or southpaw?
She's orthodox.
Do you like watching film on your opponents before just going in there?
No, I kind of like watching them a little bit just to see how they come out.
Yeah.
See what you're getting into.
Yeah, because some people come out just straight wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just like to see how they're gonna come out and get a feel for that and to adjust to that. Because as time goes, like I'll just figure them out. But in those first few seconds, I do like to watch how they come out.
Yeah. As a pro, I don't know why anybody would come out gunning like that though. You know what I mean? Like.
It's 2-minute rounds for us.
Oh, that's right.
So it doesn't even.
How many rounds you doing?
4.
4. Okay. Nice. So you got that fight coming up, and from there, I know you don't want to be looking past your opponents or thinking ahead, but if you were to think ahead, let's say like a year from now, where do you hope to be? How many fights do you hope to have? Like how active you plan to be in the next 12 months?
Man, honestly, I want to have like 4 or 5 by the time the year's over.
Pro fights?
Yeah. I want to fight like every 6 weeks, 6-7 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I fight with Team Combat League as well, so we fight every 2 weeks.
I want to talk about that. You got to learn. You got to know about this, Judah. So there is this new. Yeah, you saw that?
Wait, is that the?
Yeah.
Is that the 5 on?
It's okay. Bri, tell us how that works. Tell us how that works.
Okay, so Team Combat League is like they have 2 weight classes for the girls, so it's 126 plus 4.
Yeah.
So 126 to 130, and then 147 plus 4, so 147 and 151. That's like how much you could come in weighing in at. And then for the men, I think there's a 126, a 135, a 147, a 165, I believe, and then a 175. No, it's a 160, a 175, and then heavyweight, I believe, and then 203 plus. So how they do it is it's 24 rounds. They break it into 3 sections. So it's 8, 8, 8. The first half, the second, and then there's the money rounds. So the money rounds, it's really nothing different from the first 2.
Why do they call it the money rounds?
It's just extra rounds to try to catch up.
Oh, got it.
Like the first 2.
Are they like scored differently or anything like that? Or?
Nah, it's scored like a regular round. If you If you just win the round, it's a 10-9. If you drop them, 10-8. If you drop them and just completely dominate, 10-7. And so.
But they're alternating, y'all. Or how does that
Yeah,
work?
so it's the male 126 go first, and then the female 126, and then so on. So
Are they doing one round?
one round.
So one person comes in, does a round, and then your teammate comes in and does the next round, and then your teammate that comes in.
And they just switch.
That's crazy.
Sometimes we fight twice. Like they put their best fighters on the team to fight twice, because they want to win more rounds.
Yeah.
So they put the best fighters in the money rounds, and then so I end up having to fight 2 rounds.
And what is the name of the team you're on again?
Dallas Enforcers.
Dallas Enforcers.
Yeah.
So like, there's a couple guys I know that are doing that. And T-Mac is the coach, right?
Yeah.
Of the Dallas Enforcers. Yeah. How did our opportunity come across you?
There was a girl that was already on their team, and they were looking for a 147. And she called me and was like, "Hey, you know, like they're looking for a 147. They pay, you know, really good money."
Yeah.
They were like, "Just come up here and try out." And then she was like, "All you have to do is spar the current number 147."
Yeah.
And then I went up there. Dude.
How was that? Easy work?
Dude.
Easy work?
The coach told me, he was like, because they have 3.
Yeah.
They have 3, right?
Yeah.
And so it's number 1 and then the 2 alternates in case the number 1 gets hurt or cut or anything like that and gets suspended. And, bro, I dropped the second alternate, and then the first alternate, she just was tough as shit, but I, like, dude.
Beat her down.
Oh, wait. So are you the only person 147 on the team now, female?
Yeah.
So you could say I dropped them because they're not your teammates no more.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing that plus maintaining a regular schedule of pro fights, or at least that's the goal.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing that since April.
But the actual Team Combat League, that doesn't count on your pro record, any of those fights?
No. It's on, I think it's on BoxRec.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it doesn't count as anything.
Oh, it's on BoxRec?
I believe so.
I wonder how they count that on BoxRec.
Like a separate.
It's just
category,
one round.
or-
The rounds. They're
It's
counting the
one round.
rounds.
They go by the
They're counting the
rounds, yeah.
rounds. Yeah, they're counting the rounds. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about doing that and then maintaining? Does the do you see the Team Combat League stuff getting in the way at some point of your regular schedule, or are you able to balance both? Or?
Nah. My pro stuff, like my actual pro stuff that counts, is my main priority. So I told him, like, whenever I got pro fights coming up, I can't fight with y'all. Like 2 weeks before, I won't.
Did they put you on contract?
Yeah.
How long you got to commit?
Up until August.
Okay, so it's a short contract, right? They're
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
like
you
4
got to do
months.
this 3 years or something like
No,
that.
shit, no. It's like
No.
4
No.
months. Yeah.
So you're getting checks written to you that say Team Combat League.
Yeah.
Man,
Team
you gotta
Combat
feel
League
good.
deposit. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm trying to see that. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Gosh, what do you want to campaign at and like to go to become a champion?
Ideally 135, but I walk around like 152.
So you want to go down to 135?
Yeah. But the lowest I've ever been was 136. 136.76. But I'm right there though.
Yeah. Well,
I get on a diet,
Of course.
Yeah.
Try to tell my guys that all the time. I'm trying to get Milo down to 132
Man, I
right
know,
now.
dude. What? He's one of Fight Pro 126, wasn't it?
Yeah, we want him down to 126 because he's so small, bro. He's so short. Everybody I put him in there with, now, the reach is a problem.
Yeah.
And he got so used to running through all the big guys, breaking them down like, just like trees they are, he still break them down.
Right.
But, like I always say, it doesn't matter whether or not somebody's a skilled boxer, hits hard, punches hard. One thing for sure that you get good at, just from experience, is just managing the distance.
Right.
Which means, since he's a really little guy, they just get used to just stepping back and you hitting air.
Yeah.
And because he's so little, he's overreaching now.
Right.
And so he needs to go down to,
Man, if he gets down to 126,
he'd be a
problem.
beast. Because everybody be his height and he's outworking everybody.
Yes, he would be a problem. And his punching power.
You got to watch him
What
when
is
you
he,
come in there.
132 or what is he?
He 139?
Dude, 132s are small too.
I know, he needs to go down to
Yeah.
it.
132s are small.
You hear that, Milo? Another person telling you to go down to 130.
Yeah.
He's at my house right now. He was supposed to get up this morning. Oh, let me know when you go over there. I want to meet her and stuff. And I wasn't about to sit there and wake him up.
Hey, no, I bet he was still snoring.
He'll wake up later tonight. Yeah. Oh, but so you got the pro fight coming up. You're maintaining the Team Combat League schedule. And so that's crazy. Being that active the rest of the year. When do you see yourself fighting for a title? Like, do you got line of sight in terms of the connects, the contacts? Like, do you see that happening?
I really want to do it within like the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So like, fight, get my record up, knock everybody out, and then within like 2 years, I want to be there.
Who's at 135? You said.
Yeah.
What females are at 135 up there?
Oh, I think Alicia Baumgartner.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna be at 135 too much longer, huh?
Nah. So by the time I get there.
Yeah.
I would like to fight her.
She's a beast, bro.
Yeah, she is.
She's a beast.
And I ain't watched too many of her fights.
I'm in love with her, bro.
Yeah.
My wife can't watch that. I am, bro. Trust me, bro. Like, every time that shit hits my timeline, I'm like, gosh, Alicia. Dang.
Yeah.
All right. But who else is there at 135?
I think that's it. I think everybody else moved up to 140.
Yeah, because she dispatched everybody at 135, right?
Yeah.
She got become undisputed at 135.
Yeah, she is.
So she cleaned it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see yourself going up 135. Let me ask you this. How would you describe your style? What are your attributes? What makes you, good or different at 135 that's going to give everybody problems? Like, how would you describe yourself and what you could do well?
I got a really good jab, bro. I got a really good jab, and I have really good body shots.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've dropped most people with, my body shots.
So you like to work the body a lot?
Yeah.
People need to know more about that jab, bro.
Yes.
Like,
that's the most important punch in boxing, I think.
I set it up from the jab, and then I switch, and then go to the body with my left.
And you're orthodox, right?
Yeah, I could switch though.
Oh, you can fight southpaw too.
Switch, yeah.
Do you prefer fighting southpaw or orthodox?
I fight southpaw inside.
Nice.
Man, I've seen a lot more boxers do that. Switch orthodox to southpaw and then back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be when people would do that, it's like, oh, it's just a show. But now people are actually training.
Yeah.
They're literally putting into work to fight both.
Austin, man, he's doing that more than anybody.
It's not a show. Like, it's not a show anymore. Like, back in the day, I remember coaches telling me and telling other people, stop trying to fight southpaw just because you see other people do it. But no, now people are actually really training for it for the technical advantages.
And Marvin Hagler was like the first one to make it big. You know what I mean? To punch coming over and take his left hand and then come back into the orthodox.
Yeah.
Because he had, I think he was right-handed.
Yeah,
right?
you cut the distance really. Not only do you cut the distance when you do so, you bring that back leg up. Now you've also got closer and you touch them at the same time.
Yeah.
So you work the body really good and you got a real nice jab. Do you think that there's a lot of people in your division or just in general that lack a jab, don't use it effectively?
I think so. I think the only one that does use it is Alicia. Baumgartner. Yeah. I think she's the only one that does use it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just flurries.
Because to me, when I hear, oh, he got a good jab or they got a good jab, that assumes that you actually use it.
Yes.
That you actually use it.
Use it to set up the punch.
Yeah. To me, that's what it means for somebody to have a good jab.
Absolutely.
Like, we could watch somebody throw the jab and be like, oh, man, the mechanics are sound. Yeah, but you don't got a good jab unless you use it.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And we use it effectively, getting in and also getting out. I was so frustrated yesterday at the sparring because Milo and my son, they gonna hate me for saying this, they would exit without a jab. Even when they would exit and reset, they would let the person step in the mid-range and they won't even throw the jab.
Damn.
It's like open the door, close the door, open the door, close the door. You know what I mean? At least put it out there, get behind that stick. And so that's interesting that that's the one thing that you pointed out. I got a good jab and I worked the body really well. Cause
I'm strong physically too. Like
in the clinch, they like to clinch with you.
Like
and
I'll throw people. Like for real. Like I won't let you hold me too long.
You like to plant your feet?
Yeah.
Be an immovable object.
Too long, yeah.
Nice.
And
do you feel? How long does it take you to like? I always ask my son this too. And when you're in there, are you able to like tell right away that you're the physically stronger person?
For the first, I think just the first round. After the first round, I know.
You're able to like, I'm the physically stronger person, so I'm gonna impose my will, impose my size. Nice.
Yeah. I probably need like the minute that minute, 2 minutes. After that, I already know.
Nice. Man, so you're gonna be a world champion at 135. So everybody, look out for her. Look out for Bri. Follow her. You know what I mean? Call her out. All of those things. That's who this works. You need to get. Is it hard to get sparring right now for you?
I spar a lot of boys, yeah.
You got to spar a lot of guys?
Yeah.
Because there's just not enough like females around here. They don't want to travel, or
I gotta go to Austin.
there's a good female competition out there.
Destiny Jones, she fights on Golden Boy.
For real?
Yeah.
You spar her?
Yeah.
How's that like?
She's good. She could punch too.
Really?
Yeah.
So y'all do some solid work.
Yeah.
How many rounds y'all be doing?
Like 8. Like 8.
She be touching you up too? Or you be touching her up?
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta get it.
Yeah.
You be touching her up?
It's because I could box, and she's
Yeah.
more so like a banger. So, like I said earlier,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna bang with a banger. If I could make it easier, being longer and using my jab, that's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
You think that your time on USA Boxing and all that technical sparring like helped you out a lot with that? Like being able to actually.
It got me used to fighting different styles.
But then you could sit down when you want to sit down.
Yeah.
On the shot.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what's up, being versatile.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Man. So you don't get in trouble no more at all.
Nothing, bro.
It's all straight boxing, keeping you disciplined at this
Gym and
point.
home, that's it, huh?
I started going to church and everything.
Oh, that's
What?
what's up, man. That's
Where do you go to church at?
At Social Dallas.
Which one is that one?
It's right there off of Boston G.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been doing that now?
It's been like a year.
So you're just in a good place in your life right now.
Yeah.
So what would you tell to a lot of all these other, young females, young males, like that are kind of getting in trouble too? Like what would you tell them, that would help them change, help them be on a better path? Like what can you share about yourself, your story that would make an impact, you think?
To be honest, bro, I feel like a lot of people just get in trouble following the crowd.
Yeah.
Just because it's so much easier to do
Yeah.
the wrong shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, you never really see people get praised for doing the right shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So it's so much easier nowadays to, like, just get into trouble, bro. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, it's literally everywhere. Like, everywhere you go, it's there. And, so it's just so easy to get in trouble following the wrong people, bro. And I think that's where I had fucked up, too, when I was growing up. Like, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
That's just what it is nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being completely honest,
Yeah.
like, that's just what it is. Like,
Yeah.
being bad and being a crash dummy is the new cool. Like
Man.
back then, like,
Hey, so right.
yeah, like, you know how y'all's generation, like, y'all's OGs was telling y'all, like, nah, like, take your ass to school.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
disrespect your mom.
Yeah,
don't do
yep,
this,
yep.
don't do that. Like, nowadays,
It's flipped now.
It's flipped.
Yeah,
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 like,
yeah.
the older people were telling, and, what's crazy, like, being 12, 13, like, the OGs or the people that are looking out for us are, like, 22. They're all young, too.
They don't even
You
got
know
the
what I'm
right to
saying?
be called
Yeah,
OGs.
You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like,
But us being young,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Wanting to be around them, wanting to hang with them, we're following what they're doing, and they're
Bro, the
sending us some
OGs
crash
today
dummy
are
shit.
barheads and shit, bro.
Yeah.
They all
Yeah.
on the freaking
fentanyl
on the
and
zen.
shit. Yeah.
How you gonna impart some wisdom
Yeah.
to these young people when you ain't even all the way there?
Zombied out. And
But yeah, no, you're right. Like the new cool is being on some stupid shit. At least back then, if the older people were getting in trouble and whatnot, they would at least tell me and tell us, nah, you don't got to be doing all that.
Exactly.
this ain't the path you
Nah.
want to go down.
Yeah.
And maybe they was sounded like hypocrites, okay, but at least they would tell you not to do
Right.
it.
Right.
Now they want you doing the same thing they doing. Like they may look at you and they know the path you going down is destructive,
And they send you there.
but they
anyway.
still send you there.
Yeah.
To
You
me,
know,
that's like the
like-
definition of hating.
Yeah, and
It's
even
misery loves company.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
they know
exactly,
they're miserable, so they're just gonna keep.
exactly, bro.
I forgot who I heard say this. I think it was Bizzle, this rapper named Bizzle. He's a Christian rapper now, but he's like, if they know the path you going on is the wrong path, but they don't tell you nothing about it, that's a definition of a hater.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I know what it would take for you to do right and to ultimately end up successful, but I'm gonna withhold that information.
It's
I'm
like
not gonna
a-
tell you. That's hate.
It's like a car wreck you're about to watch happen at Walmart. You know, you ain't about to like, oh wait, oh shit, hold on.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. It's the
That's
truth.
what it is. A
Yeah.
lot of people just want to see that, bro. And I don't know. I mean, sometimes I get kind of mad at myself because it's like, damn, like, how much further would you be if you
Right,
wouldn't
right,
have
right.
done all that shit?
Yeah.
But and I was having a conversation with one of my sponsors actually
Yeah.
yesterday. I had pulled up to his shop and we're doing like merch stuff. or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you should have brought your merch here.
We just started doing it, bro.
Okay,
The merch
okay.
not gonna be ready up until like Tuesday.
Where can people find your merch?
They're about to drop a website and everything.
What is the
So
website?
I'll put. It's gonna be under like my name, like Bri
Okay,
Carrera.
we'll put that on there, right, Judah, so people can see it. Okay.
I'll send you guys
All
the
right,
link once it's done. But yeah, like we were talking or whatever, and just the same shit, bro. Like, and he was telling me like, cause I had told him I was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I be getting mad at myself for going to jail, like just wasting all those years, bro, just doing stupid shit. Cause when I think about it, I didn't gain nothing.
Right.
I didn't gain anything. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that I could say is, it calmed me down. It made me want to value stuff more. And then when I said that, he was like, "Well, that's what it was."
There you go.
If you wouldn't have fucked up, if you wouldn't, cause like I said, I had one national.
Yeah.
I was literally like at my best. I had one nationals. I was ranked #1 in the country at such a young age.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, I'm back in jail, bro.
Yeah.
So it was like I'm at the top, and then it just goes right down.
Yeah.
Bro. So it was like, he was kind of just telling me, he was like, maybe you needed that. You know what I'm saying? To value what you have now and
you're better prepared for what you're probably going to be able to accomplish going forward.
Yeah.
Like now you know how to take care of what you have and what's to come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you appreciate it, man.
And you appreciate it because if you wouldn't have fucked up before, let's say you were on a fast track to success in the next year, what would have been the odds of actually maintaining and keeping that?
Right.
Unless you knew what it was already like to screw something up. So now, and how old are you right now?
I'm 20.
Man.
Damn.
Like, when you sit here and you say, man, where would I be at right now? I think you're on a pretty good path right now for 20 years old.
To already have it figured out. Some
Yeah.
people in their 40s don't even have it
You're on a good path. Because when I was 20 years old, bro, I was a late bloomer, bro. Like, I didn't get my life together until I was 24, 25. I was 24. I caught a conspiracy case, bro. And they wanted to give me 10 years. But I didn't get charged. The DA ultimately dropped the case because there wasn't enough, evidence and so forth. I don't need to get into all that. The thing.
Allegedly.
What I'm saying is like I was 24, 25. I did not have life figured out at all. I was a 9th grade dropout with a GED.
Yeah, that's what I got.
But I ended up going to college at 25 after I didn't end up getting locked up, and so I'm like, okay, I got to clean my life up, and I started going to college. 3-4 degrees later, not tooting my horn or anything like that. But like, so for you to like be on this path at 20 though, man, like that says a lot. The future looks bright, especially that in your rear view, you went through a lot at a young age. So even now at 20, you have this sense of value that a lot of 20-year-olds don't have.
It's crazy. Every time people like ask me for my age, I'm like, I'm 20, but I'm really 30.
No, but that's good.
That's what I tell them.
That's
I
good.
swear to God, I'm 20, but I'm really 30.
Like when I was younger, and then she said 13.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so she's probably like 27.
Yeah, bro, I'm 20.
Yeah.
I turned 21 in October.
I mean, that's kind of like the double-edged sword of like doing a lot too soon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Kind of growing up fast, making mistakes older. The bad side of it is it's a gamble because you could end up throwing your life. The other side of it though is you come out of it, you kind of have this line of sight a lot earlier, and you could set yourself up better for success because your value system, has been built in a way that I could see things and understand things and perceive things and have a better sense of the world that a lot of people my age don't.
Absolutely.
I mean.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing that I'm grateful for, bro. From everything that I used to do, that's just coming out of it like wiser.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
That's gotta be the only thing that I'm like grateful for. Like my friends that I was hanging with, like I don't fuck with them, bro. Like I grew up with them. Like the people that I was getting in trouble with, I known them since kindergarten, fam.
Yeah.
And then when I was 17, like that whole year of 2020, like that was the year when everything had just went to shit, bro. Like there was just so much crazy shit going on, bro. Like if I was to sit here and tell you, you wouldn't even believe that shit. Like it was just so much crazy shit going on, and that year I was like, man, like, I can't do this shit no more.
Yeah.
I just can't do it no more, bro. Like mentally, I was just so out of it. Like with everything that was going on, and then like friends and shit. Like having to sit with your thoughts by yourself in jail thinking about everything that you done did for such. And then I had COVID in jail.
Oh.
So the thing with that
I don't
was
wish that on nobody.
so the thing with that was, you know, when
Did
you
you at least
get
have toilet
COVID,
paper in jail though?
yeah. But
Okay,
the thing
make
is,
sure.
for a month, I sat in my cell and in my cell only. I was out of my cell 7 minutes out of the day to take a shower.
Yeah.
For a month.
Yeah.
I couldn't read books because they didn't want me getting fucking COVID and shit. I couldn't get on the phone. I couldn't write letters. I couldn't do shit. So I was in a room, in a box, with my thoughts, by myself. I couldn't talk to nobody. I wasn't doing shit.
Did you learn a lot about yourself during that time?
That 1 month, yeah.
A lot of self-reflection.
Just imagine yourself locking yourself away from the world for a month.
Almost
They
forced
made
you.
me do that shit, bro. I was mad as fuck. Oh, I was so mad, bro. That first week I was mad as fuck, bro.
But you learned a lot about yourself during that time?
Hell yeah, bro.
You almost-
So there's a value that came out of that.
Hell yeah.
There's a good thing that came out of that.
Man, those were the worst 30 days of my fucking life. I will never forget that shit. I was sick as shit those
The
first 2
worst 30
weeks.
days, but something came out of it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And and you know what's crazy? At the end of that, never went back.
You know what's interesting?
Never went
That's
back.
interesting. That's interesting because you find out a lot about yourself once you cut yourself off from the world.
Yes.
Like I told you a little bit about my story, right? When I got caught and I got in trouble, whenever I got home, I finally had time to myself. I had never had time to myself because I was always moving around, doing this,
Staying
doing
busy.
that, or the phone's ringing, or you're seeing people. But during that time, it's like I had to cut myself off from society temporarily because you hot, right?
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And so like I finally had this time to myself that I never had. And I remember this time very carefully because I would look in the mirror and I was asking myself questions, something I never had time to do.
Right.
Questions like, who am I? That's a powerful question to ask yourself when you're not distracted by the world. And the reason that's interesting because normally when everything you're doing, when you're busy like that or you're living that type of lifestyle, you don't really understand that you define yourself by everything you're doing.
Yes.
You define yourself by who you associate with, or, I'm making money, I'm this and that, you know what I mean? Like, and so I was asking myself something very powerful. Who am I? What is my, I mean, there's very important, there's these few questions that a human has to ask themselves that you can't actually reduce to the smallest terms, right? Like, it's not scientific, right? It's philosophical. You ask yourself about meaning, purpose, morality, and destiny. What is my meaning? What is my purpose? What is really right and wrong? And where am I going? What does all this mean? Those are questions I had never asked myself. And I had the time to ask myself those questions. And let me tell you, bro, I couldn't even answer those questions for a while.
That's crazy because I swear to God, I could not make this shit up. That is exactly what I asked myself.
Man.
I laid on that bed.
Yeah.
I laid on that fucking bed, bro, and I looked up at the ceiling and just stared. That's all I could do. I couldn't read.
That's self-reflection,
I
man.
sat there and I ain't gonna lie, I cried, bro.
Yeah.
Because for me, like I said, I had already won nationals. I had all these people, like my dad, bro.
Yeah.
My dad used to come to that jail and see me every day.
Yeah.
Never failed.
Yeah.
Never failed, bro. He would go to work. He's a roofer.
Yeah.
He would go to work. He would leave and come to that visitation every fucking day, Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Swear to God, every day.
Man.
Never failed, bro. My mom never came. My brother was locked up with me. So he would go from visitation room to visitation room. I swear to God, bro. And I was like, I really sat there and I was like, damn, bro, like, you got people trying to help you. I had mentors in school.
Yeah.
Like, I had teachers.
So all of that was crossing your mind.
Yeah, I had, like, people, like, that were, like my cousins and stuff that were locked up. They would call me and write me and stuff like that. And
So you was
You
asking
actually
yourself
cared.
those deep questions.
yeah, when I was sitting there.
And see, about distraction, I think that's what society's biggest downfall is they put so many distractions in front of us that we don't have time to reflect.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that they strategically
We
try to
talked
do.
about this last time. It's
Yeah.
almost dehumanizing.
Absolutely.
Because what it means to be a human is to be able to pursue answers to those questions.
Yes.
But if you're so distracted, how do you begin to answer those questions?
You're right.
Because the who you are and your meaning and your purpose and all of those things and morality, because let's not talk about social media ethics and shit like that, right? Don't get me down on that track.
Yeah.
But like
nah.
you begin to answer those questions by everything going on around you. Like your environment defines you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I got tired of. When I looked in the mirror, I'm like, man, I'm a product of my environment. but I don't have to be.
Yeah.
Right.
You could rise above that environment because you start looking for the external answers. And for me, that's where, my faith in Christianity became so important for me, because you got to look outside of yourself, outside of your environment, to really understand who you are. That's why the transcendent is very important. The only person that could really answer these questions is my creator, something, an entity that stands outside of time and space, right?
Absolutely.
Transcendent being. That's the only real answer that could be given in terms of what my purpose is, what my meaning is, what my destiny is, and what really defines objective morality.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a mind fuck.
But I'm curious to know how you started answering those questions though. Like, how did you start? When I said faith, you nodded your head and stuff.
Yeah.
So was that where you begin to kind of like find your answers, or?
Man, look, bro, I can show you a picture right now. When I was, and like I said, 2020, fucking crazy. All right, so I'm play this shit out for you. So, like I said, the people that I was doing that stuff with, I grew up with in kindergarten. I swear to God, like my dad used to take us to Sonic. We used to eat together at my mom's kitchen
What'd you like to
table.
get at Sonic?
The fucking
Wacky
just like
bag.
fries.
Wacky
Nah,
bag.
I used to always get a strawberry shake
There you go.
with the fries and dip the fries in the shake.
Oh,
Yeah.
my kids do shit like
See,
that.
look, hey,
Man.
look.
Oh, Judah, you too.
I used to right down the street.
Yeah.
Hot fudge sundaes.
Yeah,
Oh,
their
man.
cheeseburgers.
It's
Yeah.
this generation,
I know,
bro.
man.
Cheeseburgers and their tater tots too,
It's the
bro.
generation because
Yeah.
my daughter does that, and I swear we went to McDonald's and she got the chicken nugget meal, and she opened the chicken nuggets and she put it over the straw, and so she's holding the cup. And I go, "What are you doing?" She said, "Life hack."
Yeah, my daughter does the same thing.
Life
Like
hack?
Chick-fil-A, I'm like, what? Like, she's like, you can do this when you're driving. I'm like, you don't drive. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't drive, like, at all.
Okay, so
Like,
What the fuck?
so not to distract you from
you're
that,
right.
but so all right, so you dip your fries in a strawberry shake. Okay.
Yeah, so we all just grew up together, man.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm talking about elementary, like middle school, high school, and something that happened to where we had all got into it, and stuff would happen, and it just kept escalating, and then I got to a point where like stuff was happening, and it was like, dude, like, how am I making it out of these situations? Like there was just so much stuff that just came so close to me, bro, where it was like, bro, like I couldn't even, I swear to God, I can't even like just like put that shit in words, bro.
Right.
But it was like God was moving stuff,
Nice.
like to getting me out the way, like making me be in certain places where I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go there, yeah, like I was supposed to go there, but last minute I changed my mind. I got tired. I stayed home. Or there was times where I was at home and stuff happened at home, and still, like, bro, I just got out the way. I swear to God, bro. Bro, I'm about to show you this picture. You about to trip out.
Let me see.
You about to trip out, bro.
You better not be eating the
Nah,
fries
bro.
and a strawberry shake.
Hold on, let me find it. You about to trip out, bro.
it's on a Sonic
I'll be
playground.
Hold on.
Take sip of coffee. Pretending there's some in there. There's really not, but I gotta,
I almost told you to give me a Starbucks cup to put my water in and make it look more sophisticated.
It's in one of these, bro.
You got two phones, Bri?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
It's in
Kevin
one
Gates
of
over
these.
here, man.
Hold on.
Dude.
Bro, this shit about to trip y'all out, bro. Like, when I tell y'all, like, I really feel like shit was moved, bro. Fam.
I believe you though.
Hold on.
I like, trust me, like I believe you. Like, we could have a huge conversation about divine intervention or just, the suspension of physical laws and all of these things, and you got to make room for that. Does it happen as frequent as people make it sound?
Yeah.
No, because life actually got to run its course based on our decisions. And come on, you've seen Back to the Future, right? What happened when Michael J. Fox went back and he fucked everything up?
Man.
But
What got me,
yeah,
when I was first thinking of
Yeah.
it, I was thinking, like, you think of, like, the Flash.
yeah.
You know how he's moving so fast.
Yeah.
It seems like he
Yep.
can't stop.
Yep.
He's manipulating. So that's where I thought she was going.
Yeah.
And she was like, the divine intervention
Yeah.
part of, like, well, no, I stayed home.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Make that left turn.
Yep.
Instead of
Because
not that
like.
hallway, not that.
Yep. So my point is like there are those prompts, there's those cues, those are external forces acting upon the natural. What's this? A gun hole in it?
Bro.
Why don't you not describe it? Just look at it.
I'm trying to figure out what that is.
I swear to God, I was standing in the doorway, and it hit the doorway, and the cross was right behind me, and it ricocheted, bro. But my brother had called me from prison. It was his first phone call, bro.
Man.
It was his first phone call. He had just got to a placement in Iowa. He had just got sent off, and my dad had called me to the kitchen to get some fucking tacos, bro. A couple seconds later, dude.
How long ago was this?
This was in 2020, bro.
You were already on a straight path at this point, or?
No, that was like 2 months before I went to jail for the last time.
Was that an eye opener?
Dude, it happened 3 nights in a row.
But now you think back on it, right?
I think about that shit every day, fam.
And it was part of like what you like walking on a straight path now. You obviously think back to this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You
Because, look, bro, like I said, these are people that I grew up with.
Yeah.
These are people that ate with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, like I'm just shaking.
The people that
talking
did
about
this?
The shit. Yeah. Bro, I swear to God, like I'm sitting here like shaking, like really thinking about this shit, bro. Cause it's like when you think about it, it's like that none of that shit was worth it, bro.
Yeah.
All of that shit that I was doing and like the people that I was hanging around with, it was not worth it, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing that I did was worth it, bro.
Yeah.
Cause in the end, bro, hell no, I can't. Like I swear to God, like I'm shaking and shit.
Man,
like, really
but
just
you
talking
know,
about this
there's
shit, bro,
so
'cause
much
it's so
to
crazy.
impact. Like that picture right there, man. There's a lot just in that picture.
Yeah.
There's a metaphor in that picture.
Like,
There's if y'all didn't see the picture, there's a cross. It was a decoration at the house.
Yeah.
It was on the wall. They got a bullet hole in it. The bullet hit the cross.
Look, I got it right here. Look.
There's so much to unpack there.
Bro.
You know what I mean? I could preach a whole sermon around that.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
bro, like there was times, fam.
The bullet took the cross took the bullet.
Yeah.
Bro, there was one
the faith
time.
took the bullet.
Man.
There was one time where I was at home. My car had broke down. This was when I was younger, like 15. My coach had came to pick me up, and my coach, I swear to God, if I call my coach right now, he'll tell you he heard the gunshot when we were on the way to the gym. Like I said, we lived half a mile from the gym, right? And I was supposed to go with my brother somewhere, and
Where did you live at this point?
I was on Park Row.
Oh, you on the east side.
Yeah, right there. So my coach picked me up.
What apartments you stay in?
No, I was in some houses.
I grew
right
up
there
over.
by Timber Road.
I grew up over there. That's where I grew up. Yeah,
I was right there by Timber Road.
I probably know a bunch of those stupid little mother, you know what?
Right off of Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mitchell and Susan Park. You know Susan Park?
Yeah, I know Susan
right
Park.
there by
Yeah,
Brook.
right there off of Running Brook,
Yeah.
and they probably changed the name by now to them
Yeah,
apartments.
they did. They're owned by New.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's where you grew up around?
Yeah.
Man,
I was back and forth over there in Oak Cliff.
Bro, we used to get into it all the time with everybody at Susan Park.
Yeah, hell, that's where I was fighting. That's where I started. God, that's where I started.
I don't like. So I'm 37, but back then, and some of my friends I grew up with are gonna laugh talking about this, but we was up to it was all 13 streets over there.
Yeah.
So we used to get into it. Everybody who was a quote unquote 13th Street.
Yeah.
Gosh, Susan Park was popping, bro.
Growing up, it was East Side versus South Side. Ooh, that shit was bad.
See, and I was on the other side of the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like
Over there by Dalworth, kind of.
Nah, oh hell nah. But I did live in Oakwood Crossing. That's what it was called. I think it's like Regent something. They give it a royal name just to see if it could cover up the bullshit.
So you don't Google that shit. Like,
so you know where 360 and Abrams is at, right?
I'm right there.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
right there.
so Oakwood, so
behind the Valero.
Yep, and there used to be because I was on the other side. There used to be a club called Cowboys.
It's not there no more.
It's not. They took it down, but I'm talking about it was popping. Well, I lived in the apartments right behind there.
okay.
And then down the street is Los Apitos.
So it was Equinox.
Yeah.
It was Equinox.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. I got into some shit over there too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
I can't
lie,
believe people still getting in trouble over there.
Yeah. Cause everybody's moving.
To this
day.
Everybody moves from Dallas and Fort Worth over there.
I know.
So
that's
everybody
what made
lives right there,
that's what
yeah.
made look, this is what's so crazy about Arlington. right? People be like, oh, it's the suburbs. Bro, you got to understand, you smack in the middle of 2 major cities.
Yeah.
So the traffic going through there, it's an entrepreneur's paradise.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's too.
bro.
So many highways right there.
So
30, 20, 161, 360.
Bro, there's so much going through there.
67.
You know what I'm saying? So like, but I don't go there no more. Like, I moved out of Arlington. I said I ain't never going back. You know what I mean? But anyways, that was all going on over there. That obviously helped change the trajectory of your life. You're here now. You know, seems like you see the world a little bit more clear, way more clear than what you did before. Yeah. And you have this sense of confidence about yourself and about where you're going. And I work with a lot of young fighters. I've worked with a few females here and there. And some of these girls, you know, it's very difficult for them to dream big in this sport because of all kinds of obstacles. Maybe they have tough backgrounds, like such as what you came from and so forth. But I wanted to ask you about this. What are all the obstacles that you see for young female fighters?
I think getting...
Because it's very discouraging for them.
Yeah.
They can't get sparring, or, you know, it's hard to find matchups, or every time they do go to a tournament, they're fighting the same person. And like, it's very tough right now, for me at least, to work with young female fighters because I can't find opportunities for them the way I find opportunities for everybody else.
Right.
And they're so discouraged.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I was like that for a minute too, but really the only thing that I can say is just to keep pushing, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing worth having is going to come overnight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, I mean...
Yeah.
But like the limited opportunity, did you struggle with that, or it was like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna have no choice but to work with a bunch of boys?
Yeah, I always just said fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can't find it, might as well spar with the boys.
Yeah.
Is there any up and coming boys that you sparred with that you gave like problems that you want to just go ahead and drop?
You don't gotta say name, but I want to hear it.
Yeah, I want to know names. We'll tag them and everything.
I've had a couple good sparring partners. But
don't be scared to say names. It's fine.
Nah, I ain't gonna do them like that. There's been a couple.
They know who they are.
Yeah, there's been a couple though.
They watching. Their faces red right now. They're watching.
Been a couple. I ain't gonna do them like that though. But there's been a couple. Yeah. It's been a couple.
Trust me, man. When we
y'all are out there, just let you know she saved
you. When we go to some gyms and stuff too, like, and there's a girl over there, like, oh my god, I ain't gonna lie, Bri. I'm like, you better not get whooped by that girl. You damn right.
Might have been in fourth grade, fifth grade.
Yeah.
Like a girl on the old line.
Yeah.
You could hear that from the sideline.
Oh yeah. And it was her dad. It was her dad. You better not let her win.
Man.
I think fighting boys though teaches a lot of like grit and tenacity. So I think it's good. Do
you ever feel like they're like, all right, I'm just gonna take it easy because she's a girl?
Hell nah. Me, like, just because I was a national champion, and even now because I am pro, like a lot of them go in there trying to take my head off. Bro.
For real?
I swear to God, I never get it easy with boys, because I hit hard too.
Yeah. So as soon as they feel that pop, they're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm gonna turn it up.
I ain't get my knees wobbled.
I swear to God, like I've never had a boy take it easy on me.
Did you see that footage of Clarissa Shields getting floored by that guy?
Yeah. They said he took his padding out of his gloves, but I don't know how true that is.
No, she's full of shit.
She's full of it.
She's full of shit. I'm sorry.
I want to ask. That said, I want to ask you a question then. Like, what are the female boxers right now in your top 5?
And I was bringing that up.
Was that gonna be in your questions?
No. Almost.
I think Katie Taylor.
Yeah,
Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Alicia Baumgardner. Those are really the only ones that I pay attention to now.
Clarissa Shields is not in there?
I don't watch her, bro. I don't. I respect what she's done. I respect
2-time Olympian, 2-time undisputed.
Yeah. And she's also going into MMA.
She's one in there too.
Yeah, she's doing
but
good.
She's going up to heavyweight, I heard.
It's how she carries herself that makes her very unlikable.
Yeah.
I don't like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like the thing about Katie Taylor and why I like Katie Taylor, so I'm so serious though.
Yeah.
Like,
The type of person you fought.
For real shit. Hell yeah. I would have whooped her ass. Nah, I'm dead ass though. Like I like Katie Taylor because she's humble and like she's real like respectful, and the way that she carries herself is like people want to look up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like you need people like that, bro, because people that are teaching the younger youth or whatever to be respectful and to be good and kind people. You gotta be kind, bro. You gotta be kind, like.
And so people need more leaders like that because people are influenced. Exactly. That makes me think of a question. You said earlier that the reason you started fighting and getting in a lot of trouble because you didn't really like to see bullying, or you didn't really like to see people running their mouth and all of that. And so, like, to date, do you still kind of see yourself in a way sticking up for the youth? And how do you do that now? Like, do you try to be an influencer? Do you see yourself, schooling some of these young girls, these young guys, like, in a way sticking up for them,
You know, I don't like to be an influencer. I don't like that shit. I don't like social media, but, like I got people that are like I just 2 months ago, or not even 2 months ago, like a month ago, I went over to middle school and I talked to kids, like about what I did and all the stuff I did growing up, how I went to jail, and like some of the teachers had like moved or whatever from the Arlington schools and from the Oak Cliff schools, and they're actually the ones that called me. They're like, hey, like I need you to talk to some of these kids. Like some of these kids are like really fucking up and they don't know where they're going, and they're young and they can still learn from their mistakes. And I always try to point that out, like, you guys are young, like the mistakes that y'all are making, there's no mistake that you can't come back from right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can fuck up for a minute as long as you don't do nothing crazy. Like you could still learn and come back.
So do you see do people like reach out to you when you do stuff like that? Do you have like young people that reach out to you and look for your guidance, look for your that's dope.
I have a lot, and I like doing it. Bro. Like I'll never, and that's one thing that I've always said. Like even when I make it big, like I will keep doing that. I'm gonna keep going to schools, and I'll do that shit for free, bro.
So you still in a different way sticking up for people.
I'll do that shit all day, bro. I don't mind.
She's still sticking up for people.
Going through it, bro.
So you were always a good person, bro.
Like going through it, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Because a lot of people, how they like. What I'm trying to do is keep people from having to go through it. Because sometimes all it takes is talking to somebody who's been there. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I've learned the most from people I've been in jail with and homeless people, bro. I swear to God. I can't like.
They see the most.
Bro. Like I've talked to people like business owners and stuff like that, and I like talking to them too. You know what I'm saying? But
it's a different kind of game.
Sometimes it's the most humbling thing, bro.
Like that's why I'm so big on humility, bro. Like
there's just
you gotta treat people with respect.
No, like I get it. It's the simplest interactions with the simplest people that can make an impact on your life, bro. I'll never forget about this old lady named Rosie. She was the pianist at a church that I worked. I was a pastor at a church.
For real?
All right. Yes.
That's dope.
Okay, so I yeah.
I gotta tell you a crazy story. Another crazy
we'll talk
story
about this. We'll talk about it on an episode one day, and I'll tell you how it all became. But so my daddy was a pastor. My daddy's a chaplain now at the hospital, and but there was a huge time in my life where he wasn't a pastor no more, and so it was like a little different time. But later on, when I got my life together, and I was in that room and I was self-reflecting by myself, I said, "Man, I'm gonna read this Bible, the whole thing. If I'm going to step out in faith and I'm going to change my life, I don't want to go off what everybody has been telling me. So even though I may not understand it, I'm still going to try the best I can to read all of these 66 books, right? Made up of all these different literary genres. And I'm just going to read it cover to cover. And I read it in 2 weeks. The whole damn Bible. That's how locked in I was because I wasn't running the street no more, right? And so ultimately I ended up going, I got a degree in theology, right? And later on I became a pastor at this church. And in a way, I ain't gonna lie, I was so full of myself. You know what I mean? Because you get in there, you're making an impact on people, and it makes you feel good for all the right reasons, but then you kind of let it get to your head.
Right.
Well, I was going through a really rough time in my life, 6 months into that role as a pastor. Like everything was just falling apart. But I had to get my butt up every day and help encourage other people. And so I was feeling sorry for myself, like pity party. And then they told me I had to visit this old lady who used to be the pianist at the church, who was dying of cancer. Right, she was at the hospice center, and I'm like, man, what good am I to her? You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's my job to go in there and talk to her, and I got to be a person of strong, good moral character that represents faith. And so I walked into that little room, and there was a chair sitting in the front, right? and it was for me. And I looked at the people, I was like, is that for me to sit in? It was interesting because when you go to school to study theology, they teach you how to, understand the Bible and, break down the historical, culture, literary context. Now, they don't really teach you how to be in situations like that, though. So I'm sitting in front of that chair, and I'm like, I'm thinking all these deep philosophical, theological talks. What can I tell this woman? How can I answer her questions? She's gonna ask me some really deep stuff, and I got to be able to answer. Bro, I'm sitting there, bro. Inside, I'm dying, but she's in a good mood. She's smiling. At this point, she's like 3 weeks out from dying because she died 3 weeks later. But she's in such a good mood. Like, she's smiling, she's laughing, and I'm like, man, why is she so happy? I mean, I finally looked at her and I said, ma'am, can I ask you a question? She's like, yes. I go, you just seem so happy. It's not the drugs or anything, is it?
Yeah, like, give me some of that morphine.
Because give me some of that. Give me some of that. Nah, but she's like, young man, I've been knowing Jesus most of my life, and I just can't wait to meet him. And that just hit me like because there I am feeling sorry for myself. They brought me in there to help bring her joy, and she brought me joy.
Dang, man.
You know what I mean?
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, think about it. When you're in line waiting to go see Santa Claus, how excited are you as a kid?
Yeah.
Right before you get there, you're almost looking at Santa Claus. Man, can you imagine?
She brought me joy. She brought me joy, bro. Like, I can't imagine. I walked in that place supposed to minister to her. I left. She had ministered to me.
Hey, it's crazy how God
You know
works,
what I'm saying?
man. That's crazy how
What
God
was your
works.
story? I didn't mean to get carried away.
Because when you had said that you were a pastor,
Yeah.
it was one time, I got the video on my phone, I had walked into a church.
People going to watch this and
And
be
I
like,
was
Joshua no
listening,
damn
bro.
pastor. Yeah.
For real, I had walked into a church, bro, and I didn't want to go, but they made me go. I was with a friend, and her mom made me go. I had spent the night. And they were like, well, we're going to church. And I was like, all right, I'm finna go home.
Yeah.
They were like, nah, you're coming. And I was like, well, shit, all right. Fuck it, then. And I got in the car, I rode with him. And at the end of the service, he was preaching, and I wasn't even really listening. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really want to be there. I was on my phone. I was scrolling on Instagram, like, texting people, see what
You weren't going live, saying I'm at church.
Nah, I wasn't doing that, bro. So I was like, man, you know what? Like, I was just on my phone. I had my AirPod in.
No
Towards
selfies
the
at
end of his
church.
Service, nah, bro. Towards the end of his service, you know what? He stood up and he was like, "If there's anybody in here, something, and I don't know what he said, but he pointed me out, bro.
Oh.
He pointed me out, and
I hate when they do that.
The people that I was with, they were like, "Go up there," and I said, "No, I'm not going up there, bro." And then at this point, he's calling me out in front of the whole church. And I feel like they fucking set me up, bro.
Hey, by the way, I'm bringing this troubled kid. What I want you to do.
Red shirt.
Like for real. Like, and it's crazy because they told me that they weren't even supposed to go to church that day. We had like hung out like super late, and they had got up all early at like 9 in the morning. And I was out of it.
9 in the morning is not early. But we got up this morning.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired, dude. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we had got up, we had got to the church or whatever. He called me out at the end of the sermon, and I'm about to show you. But he was like, he was talking to me, bro, about everything, and bro, it was crazy, fam.
Because they'll start off real broad.
I know it.
Oh yeah, and they started.
Hey, you.
I ain't gonna lie, they did that to me one time, and I said, "You ain't talking to me." Bro, I went like this.
I need all the sinners.
Yeah.
You see, Lot was associated with stuff that didn't match his heart.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
I said that earlier today.
I know, right? Is that the reason you pointed me out? Had I been geeked up, probably wouldn't have like.
You in the all black.
Vexed by it. Yes, he was. And God saw his heart. And God went through all that stuff.
That's you right there?
Touched his heart and sent someone along the way to save his life. And I'm looking at somebody here right now.
Yeah.
That you're not what people have labeled you as. You ain't even what you labeled yourself as.
What? We were just talking about that.
When he said that, man, I started crying. I started crying in front of the whole church, bro. That shit was embarrassing.
Nah, man, when it hit you though.
That was embarrassing.
That's dope, man.
That was embarrassing.
And you got that on video.
Dude, that was live on Facebook. That was during COVID. That was during COVID. This is
Oh, the
when
little
they
thumbs
were,
up coming in.
Oh my God. No, I swear to God.
The
I can't make
hearts,
this
the
shit
hearts.
up, bro. I can't make this shit up. this church was right around the corner from Bowie High School.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
And I, like, bro, a lot of people that went to that school, like teachers and shit, they were all
Oh,
on the live,
man.
bro.
You know,
hit up in the DMs. I seen you on church.
I got calls after I left, and you know what's crazy?
Oh, I'm so happy for you, man.
I seen you on Joel Osteen.
They were like, you can't say. I didn't go to church for 2 years after that. No, for real. It took me a minute to really, like, after that. Bro, I never went to church for like 2 years. Up until like a year ago.
Because you got all the likes, all the hearts, but then there's always that cynical person. There's the laughing one.
Yeah, oh, bro, I just make you mad, man.
There's always the cynical person.
Nah, that's me though. You can't put me in
Or the
situation.
person or the atheist that's just disillusioned by the faith because something didn't work out for him.
Mad face.
So he's like, ha ha ha. Sorry it didn't work out for you. Sorry it didn't work out for you, buddy. But
That's really how I felt, bro. Like I said earlier, I really felt like they had set me
there's
up,
always a
bro.
cynical person. Do you really believe in that stuff? You got an incredible story, man. And like the reason we're doing this show is because we believe in the power of story. We believe in the power of the impact you could make just by sharing it. Don't keep it to yourself. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Share it. Because we're so closed off that we don't want to share everything about ourselves. And when we don't, we're not a help to nobody. We can't just share the ups. We got to share the downs too. We got to share what it's been. We call the show The Good Fight for a purpose because the good fight is hard. And we use boxing as a metaphor because you know this more than anybody. It's like you can't just get in that ring and react off instincts.
Right.
You know, instincts get you in trouble.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to train. You got to strategize. You got to plan. You got to calculate. You got to look back in prior experiences, previous experiences, and that all comes together to prepare you for this life, to prepare you for what you're about to get into, to prepare you for the future.
Yes.
And that's why we actually call this the good fight. You know, we got to come into this prepared. We can't just go through the motions. We can't just, go roll with the ebbs and flows without any type of preparation. That's arrogant.
Absolutely.
And stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in order for people to be prepared, they rely on the experience. They rely on the wisdom. They rely on the shared body of knowledge from people just like you, from people just like me, from people just like Joe.
I don't know about that.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate you coming on and sharing who you are and being willing to be an open book because it's going to influence a lot of people. I know it is. That's why we're doing this. We're very selective about who we bring on here. You know, there's some people that hell no, I ain't putting you on there. And I started doing a podcast and they messaging me and stuff. Can I come on? Come in? Nah, because you just want the clout.
Right.
And I know that you ain't doing. I know what you post every day. I've seen you go live.
Right.
You think I don't want to be a platform for that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But so I appreciate it. We like to do this little fun segment at the end of these shows where Joe asks you a series of usually like rapid fire, and he puts his own little Terrell Joe spin on it. You know what I mean? So let's go.
Before we get into that one, I'm gonna do the perfect fighter little segment.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
Okay. So we got this one thing called the perfect boxer. 9 attributes that make a great fighter. So whenever you hear these, it's the first boxer that comes into mind when you hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Power.
A tank.
Damn.
Oh, that's a good one. Speed.
Lomachenko.
Nice, dude. That's his favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Footwork.
Lomachenko.
You can say that again.
Yeah, I was hoping. I'm already a fan already. Jab. Breeze. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say Devin, but man, he just got beat.
The jab wasn't enough.
Oh.
Plus, it was a pretty bad jab that got him rocked in the first place.
Yeah, man,
That
Ryan
jab was so
Garcia's
off.
Hook. God,
He threw the left hook the same time that Devin threw the jab.
yeah, so fast. So
And it
fast.
went over the top, didn't it? If I remember correctly, it went over the top of his
believe
jab,
so.
didn't it? Dang. So much for that jab on that one, right? Okay, so if not Devin, who?
That was Devin.
He had a good jab. Yeah, well, he's known
Yeah.
for having a good jab, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boxing IQ.
Canelo.
Yes!
Not really.
See that? See the emphasis on the end of that? Man.
Best chin.
Canelo.
You know.
Gosh, that's so true.
Heart.
That was tough.
There's one guy I always.
How would you answer? Maybe
Man, Arturo Gotti, man.
Terrell Gotti?
Oh, I didn't even know
Well,
we
'cause
were doing blast from the past.
we're doing
man,
anything,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Oh man. I think right now, I think Rosado.
Gabe
Gabriel
Rosado.
Rosado.
Yeah.
Because he's
Gabriel
got,
Rosado.
all due respect, he's gotten some ass whoopings.
GG. Oh.
And he still stays in there.
Triple G, dude. I thought he was gonna die, bro.
Gosh.
Oh, I thought he was gonna die. I ain't gonna lie.
And
That
Freddie
made me
Roach let him
respect
stay in there and just get his ass kicked. Throw in the
His
towel,
dad said it
Freddie.
in the corner. He said, "Man, my son's gonna die." He said it in
Yeah.
the corner.
Damn, Freddie. Freddie need to retire. I love
yeah,
Freddie, but
yeah.
he need to retire.
Yeah.
Because
He's
he
starting to look.
Yeah.
when he was talking when he was talking
That's
about that
not
Jaime Munguia fight, he was talking about that Jaime Munguia fight.
Did he?
He
say
said
it wrong?
he said, yeah, we got a good strategy because we know that he's been dropped with the left hook. I'm like, wait a minute, Canelo's never been dropped.
Yeah.
He need to retire.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All due respect, Freddie, we love you.
Yeah.
He was a great coach. Though.
It's
Why
time.
lasted.
What else you got?
Best defense.
I don't see anybody being better than
Floyd.
Yeah, I'm
or
about to say he has.
maybe even Shakur with his feet, defense with his feet.
Okay.
He's very.
Did I say I got to watch him spar yesterday?
Yeah. Trainer.
Hashtag Shakur Stevens.
Trainer.
Come on the show.
I like Freddie Roach.
After we just gave him.
I like Freddie Roach.
We're gonna big up.
Yeah, he's had a lot of great champions. I like Freddie Roach.
Yeah.
All right. So these all questions are random. Just answer them as fast as you can. Fast as a answer pops into your mind.
Okay, bet.
Favorite cereal growing up.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Okay, and with that, do you pour the cereal in first before the milk, or are you a cereal filler?
Cereal first. Dude.
Okay, already. That's what I'm about to say.
Who does the opposite?
Man, there's some psychopaths out
Who?
there. I don't know. My son tried to do that the other day. Hey, my son tried to do that the other day. I said, no, we don't do that, son. We
No,
don't do that,
sir.
son.
No, sir.
No,
Before
we
you-
don't do that.
I let you
saved
get
it.
away with that. There's gonna be like squirrels with their heads
Yeah,
chopped off.
Poor Phil. Dream car.
1967 Mustang Fastback.
Okay.
Black on black with a red interior.
Oh man.
There's a Mustang outside right now, right? Is that yours?
Mine, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to get me another one too.
I can't have two doors no more. I got 5 kids. 2-door days are over for me
Oh,
until
yeah.
I get them out.
Oh yeah, you got to have something with a back seat that has a back seat.
I
you
know
what
it.
Or even like a Shelby truck.
Okay.
Oh, they got those now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you were stranded on a deserted island, what 3 things would you want to have?
Pina coladas.
Okay.
With
not bad.
alcohol or no alcohol?
Without, I don't really drink like that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
But you're on a deserted island. I mean, you gotta have fun. You gotta have something to do. You know what I mean?
I think pina colada, spaghetti, and a TV.
Okay.
And I'd be good.
Okay.
I would have said a I need somebody else with me.
Yeah.
Son,
A dog.
I ain't about to be.
Go with a dog.
I ain't about to be like freaking Tom Hanks and
Yeah,
shit. On
that's
that.
the way Wilson is.
Oh my
No,
god!
no.
Give me a knife because I'll kill myself. That's what
Bro.
Those are one of the things I need so I can end this. Yeah.
If you use a rope, we don't know if you did it because Jeffrey Epstein, you know. But well, that brought me to my next question: cat person or dog person? But you
Dog.
said a dog.
Yeah,
Okay.
dog.
What kind of dog you got?
I got a pit bull. I got 2 blue nose.
I got a blue nose too.
Yeah.
He's an asshole. His name's Samson, and it reminds me just like the biblical character Samson.
You shave him, he's weak.
You gonna laugh. Mine is felony and juvie.
Huh?
Felony and juvie.
Oh my
Felony
god!
injury. Dang.
Yeah.
About to get a cat ankle monitor.
I got a blue nose too. He's a handsome guy.
Felony.
Oh, he's a handsome guy. I get home from a long day. And my wife will get mad because before saying hi to everybody else, I walk straight to the backyard.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Man, it's so true.
Look.
Like that one joke when they say that put your wife in the trunk or your
Yeah.
dog and see who's happy to see you. It's always gonna be your dog. You know?
Yeah, but we don't mind. I have an old friend of mine, a real old school friend. He was such a lonely bastard, though, man. Like,
Oh my god.
He needed a dog.
this is why it's funny because he told me, man, just get you a dog. I'm like, why? He goes, because a dog, nobody would treat you better than a dog. They're always going to be happy to see you. They're never going to give you shit like your wife. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I still would rather have a wife, though, man. Only lonely people say shit like he did. Or people who've been hurt.
Give me a dog, damn it.
Emotional families like that.
All right, what's one conspiracy theory you believe in?
The Bermuda Triangle.
Okay. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
With or without the fries.
Yes.
I got out of that, dude.
Thank
I
God.
don't know what happened. I think
You
I don't know
grew
what
up,
happened.
man.
Like, I used to love that shit though.
Probably
dude.
having to make
So
weight
good.
and shit.
Man,
How's weight cutting for you? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Is it easy for
it's
you?
the worst thing ever. Oh, I'm about to start on Monday. Oh, I start on Monday, dude.
It's a pain in the-
Why? So why?
Yeah.
So versus fighting at your natural weight, why do you go through the worst thing ever to fight at the weight you fight at?
Good question.
I walk around 152, and I just feel stronger. I feel faster at 135.
Feel like you have that
140.
advantage?
Yeah,
I see.
I feel stronger.
Yeah.
It's worth the weight.
Yeah, I think so. But it's just hard because I'm a foodie, so
Yeah.
yeah, I like to eat. Like I get up 2
Yeah.
or 3 in the morning and just eat like a whole meal.
Lucky
bro.
Charms.
Whole meal. Nah, I need a whole meal, like a whole meal with the sides and everything.
For
I
real?
need it.
Do you
Yeah,
cook?
for
Do you
real.
cook?
Nah, I don't. My girlfriend does.
Oh, man.
Yeah. She makes enough for like 2-3 days.
Gosh.
Because I watched the MMA and
Yeah.
just seeing even the MMA weight cuts.
They cut like crazy
They're
doing
brutal,
MMA.
though.
Fragile.
Their
They
weight
gotta
cut
be
is.
carried up there.
I know somebody that cuts like 15 in like 3 days.
What
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
what
How do you
the
do that?
fuck? They sit.
That can't
in,
be
like,
all water weight.
Man.
Dude, I have no fucking clue. But she gave me, because one time I was struggling to make weight. And she told me, I was like, bro, I'm not fucking doing that shit.
Yeah.
She told me, she was like, do it 2 days before. I said, what?
They go to Botanica and give you those pills and
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah.
Coffee
Hell nah.
enemas.
She's talking about sitting in Epsom salt, like in the hot tub, and you're sitting there with Epsom salt, and you're just sweating, and it's like a steam, and then you sit out. And I tried it. I did it for 15 minutes and didn't go back in. It's supposed to be like a 2-3 hour process.
How did you feel?
Dude,
Never do it again?
Dizzy. I stood up too fast, and everything just came
That can't
down.
be healthy, bro.
And I was like, I'm not
like
doing
you're on
it.
death's
That
door.
can't be
You know what I
healthy.
mean?
doing
Like,
it.
It sucks.
You fucking blink your eyes, the Grim Reaper behind you and shit. It's like
Dude, I literally I stood
a guy
up.
eating Lucky Charms, put in the milk first and shit, smiling and shit.
dipping his fries in there.
Flashbacks of your childhood. She's looking at herself at 8 different fries in the strawberries, all kinds of stuff going on in the Bermuda Triangle.
Bro.
With a pina colada and shit. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
no.
With that being said, what's the first thing you eat? What's the first,
Yeah, there we go.
what's the first thing you eat after training camp?
Watermelon.
Watermelon? What, you could eat that during training camp. You
Yeah.
think? What's like the,
But
like
it's
the,
not. It's real heavy on like
The water.
water.
I
So
see,
I
I see.
tried
Yeah.
not to.
but like what's the first like I guess like the thing that you would indulge in or whatever like afterwards, like a sweet or anything like that?
Tacos de pastor.
Mm.
I love that, dude. I could never get enough of that.
Already,
Tacos
already.
de pastor, yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
It's
ain't
like
mad
I
at
have
it.
the El Pastor.
Yeah,
Even
I
like
have the El
pozole.
Paso. Oh no, I'm a taco connoisseur, man.
Yeah, I like
Oh,
birria
yeah.
too. Pozole, enchiladas, tamales.
Damn.
Man, shit, I'm hungry.
All that stuff that holds all that water weight too, yeah. Carb up like hell.
All right, Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay,
Bunch
okay.
of old people.
What?
Damn.
Damn.
Hey, let me delete my.
I got like 10 bullet
Facebook
holes in
real
me right
quick.
now. Oh shit.
Instagram. Man.
I'm on Facebook more than I'm on Instagram. Man. All right, favorite childhood fighter?
Barrera.
Okay.
Barrera. Yeah.
Dang.
Scuba diving or skydiving?
Scuba diving. Oh man, I'd love to see like what's like at the bottom of the ocean, bro.
In the Bermuda
Like in the
Triangle.
deepest
Yeah, I'm about to
part.
say the only
Hell
people
yeah.
that do that is
Hell yeah, like in
Bermuda
the
Triangle.
deepest part, bro. I would love to see that shit.
Fuck
You
that.
could like to see
Dude,
that.
I'm
I get
so
scared
curious.
just thinking
I
about
don't
it,
even
man.
like watching
I'm so
Titanic, man.
curious.
I hate watching Titanic.
For real.
Only part of that movie I liked was when Jack was drawing Rose.
Dude, there was enough room on that door for both of them. I don't care what they say. There was enough room for both of them, man.
Dude, I get so curious. Like, I swear to God, I'll have conversations about this shit for hours, dude. I get so curious about shit like that.
Like what's under the water and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
like, I'm curious about like space and shit too, but not
Yeah.
as much
One
as,
conspiracy
like,
theory is
ocean.
they're the same thing, but we'll get
Yeah.
into that later. All right. If you could have dinner with any historical figure in life, who would it be?
He's not historic, but I love to talk to Jay-Z on how he got so many billionaires out of his camp, bro.
Oh no, he's gonna be a
Gosh.
historical figure because I guarantee my kid's gonna be like, "Hey, Dad, you know who girls is?" I'm like, "Oh, son, come on in here, man. Come on in
And he
here."
has like 4 or 5 billionaires under him,
Yeah, I know.
dude.
Just Rihanna comes to mind, but yeah.
Yeah, there's like fucking 4, dude.
His wife too. She's been under him
Yeah.
a few times.
Stupid.
My bad. My bad. Sorry.
That was a good one, Joe. Witty Terrell Joe.
Favorite sneaker?
I like dunks.
Okay.
I like dunks.
I'm more of a forces guy, man. I'm older.
I like them too, but I like dunks.
Well, me and Joe are still on Facebook.
Yeah, we're still on Facebook. Favorite comedic actor or favorite comedy movie?
White chicks.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. The Wayans brothers did their
Yeah.
thing on that.
Funny, bro.
Yeah.
Funny as fuck.
Making my way down.
I love that.
He listens
I
to
love
that
that.
all the
I
time.
ain't gonna lie, that's my favorite song. Like,
He listens to it screwed and chopped, though.
oh,
So,
I'm,
yeah.
from, I'm from Texas. Got to, baby.
Yeah.
Shit.
I heard y'all talk about Paul Wall earlier.
I grew up on Paul Wall, man. That was like my freaking
Ride
first hero.
slow,
You know what I mean?
riding slow and grills.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I knew Paul
I
Wall
like
when he
that.
was back with Chameleon there. Like, get your mind.
Oh,
Correct
when they
type
first
thing.
started, when they started
Yeah.
together, yeah.
That was, man. No one knows about it. Paul Wall was a true.
Oh, Get Your
lyricist,
Mind Correct was one of my
man.
favorite albums. I played the
Yes.
shit out
I
of that.
still play it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to
I
start.
still listen to it.
I'm about to start spinning some bars, for that, man. Sorry,
Don't
guys.
do it, Terrell Joe. Don't do it to him, Terrell Joe.
We're gonna have a theme song for too long,
Yeah.
man. If you had a karaoke, if you went to karaoke, what would your go-to song be?
Mr. Carter, Lil Wayne.
Okay,
There you go.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Favorite board game or card game?
Fucking Uno, bro. I whoop some ass. in
Oh,
Uno.
man, me-
Hell yeah, I whoop some ass.
You know how much fights almost started in my
I was
house
just
because
about
of
to
that
say,
game?
we almost had one Monday night.
You-
We played Uno, and dude, my kids were like,
It
"Give
gets
me the
real.
stink eye and
Yeah,
shit."
it gets real.
I'm like, draw 4. And
It
bring
gets
the
real.
Hey, bro, y'all don't play doubles?
I'm making my own rules.
See,
Hell
I'm scared
yeah,
to play
because
doubles,
I
man.
started a thing called train.
And then
where
we
it's
start
like-
fighting and shit.
Yeah, it's a thing called train, where it's like if you got a 1, you put the 1 down, and if you got a 2, 3, 4, 5, you put that shit down.
Yeah.
2, 3,
Oh,
4,
see,
5, and you're out.
I ain't lying, bro.
Or Facebook. Those are that's new Uno.
Uno's dangerous in my house.
House rules is what makes it dangerous.
Me and Elias, me and my son, bro, we get into it. And my wife's like, just don't play together. I'm like, all right.
No, I said Uno
Bro.
before you said,
Yeah.
man. Or they'll be like, spread your cards out.
And
spread
now
your
he's
cards out."
older. He's
I
16
fucking
years
love
old now,
Uno,
so he's
bro.
sticking out his
I
chest a
love
little bit more
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I slam that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they act like dominoes in my house.
Yeah.
Ah!
Bro, and don't let you call. Bro, if I got 1 card and you call Uno before me and I gotta draw them cards, I swear to God, we're finna fight, bro. I'm not drawing no.
Bro,
two
my
shit.
old school partner I told you about earlier, the one that, tried to give me a lesson about getting a dog, he was from Chicago. And I was like 15. He was already like in his 30s. I grew up around a bunch of old school people. And bro, he would slam the cards down, and then he'd give you the screw face. That's what he'd go. And I'm like, fuck, he's serious about this.
Draw 4, bitch.
But he'd give you the screw face first. Like I didn't even want to put this card down because I got the better hand than him, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know if I want to put it down the way he looked at me. And shit. He like this. And he got the Newport short right here. I mean, like, damn, go hit me with the screw face.
He looked like the rappers trying to be hard in the 90s.
Yeah.
All right, one embarrassing childhood memory.
The
I
church.
done had some embarrassing shit, bro. I done had some embarrassing shit, bro. One time I had got, it was Miss Contreras' class. That was her name. had got kicked out of class or whatever, and it was like field day.
Yeah.
And
What school was this?
this was in Crouch.
Did y'all always used to fight on field day? Because in Terrell, that was when everybody settled them beefs.
Nah, bro.
For
a
real,
lot of
field
us
day was
wanted.
it was lit.
Fuck you, Joe.
I
It
mean,
was,
you on
and
the
it was like
fucking
the last
walk-on.
few. It was like the last few days of school, so everybody would just wait until field day was over and then just wait
I
like
see.
until school was over and shit. Cause field day was fun.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
wanted
nobody
to
wanted to ruin that.
That
yeah.
yeah.
Terrell
so-
didn't give a fuck. People be over there doing the racer race or whatever, and people throwing hands over. Oh shit, I don't know where to watch. Like, who's winning? Who's?
Did you go to
Yeah,
school with
bro.
Jamie Foxx?
I'm not that old, man. I'm not that
Bro.
old. I'm not
Hey,
that
Jamie
old.
Foxx from Terrell.
For real?
Yeah, he went to Terrell High School.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's from. That's why I asked him, because he's
Yeah.
from Terrell.
His high school or his childhood home is still there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
You should totally tell people you went to school with him.
Oh, I look old, but I'm
We're
not
trying to
that
get
old,
more
man.
views and
Yeah.
shit.
Jamie Foxx, remember me? I remember you in 9th grade English class. Shout out to me, sat behind you.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay, what was it? What was it? Was it an embarrassing
Bro,
moment?
I got sent like home or whatever, and I live right around the corner, so they just sent me home. Like they called my mom, and my mom was like, "Pues que camine." That means like,
Yeah.
"Oh, just let her walk."
Yeah.
And so shit, they sent me home, shit. And I walked and I jumped the fence and my fucking leg got caught on the fucking fence, bro. I swear to God. And like, actually, it wasn't even my pant leg; it was my shoelace.
Yeah.
My shoelace, I got caught on the fence, bro. And
So
I
you
was
just hanging
there,
out.
like I was like holding onto the fence for a little bit, trying to like lift my foot up, like trying to like get it. It was one of those corners. Right
People
there.
staring at you?
Bro, there was one person knows about this, and that's the teacher. That's the teacher. I swear to God. And she's actually the one that called me to go talk to the kids last month.
Yeah.
And she's the only one that watched me, bro. Cause she watched me turn the corner. Cause literally all I had to do was jump the fence and turn the corner. And I was
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
So
You
she
turned the
watched
corner
me.
and there you were, like hanging up like
Bro,
a
I
pinata.
was
and
right
just-
there.
At least it was just one person looking
Right,
at you.
Yeah, but it didn't last long though.
Yeah.
I was like eventually like I picked myself up like like holding onto the fence, and I just kicked my foot up and my lace head came
It
loose
was
and
like,
I just
yeah.
dropped. I dropped and I just walked off.
Yeah.
So I was, that shit was embarrassing as fuck.
I thought you was gonna say like you tried out for choir or something like that. We're not gonna get into that story
Yeah.
yet. Favorite water brand?
Alkaline
Okay.
or smart water. Smart water's cool.
What is yours, Joe?
Whatever's free. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
The Bermuda Triangle.
Nah, I'd be scared to go over there.
She's like Ariel under the sea, a Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Where would I go? Probably Egypt.
Man, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. But I'd like to know what Egypt looked like back then, though. You know,
Bro,
not what
I
it looks
wonder
like
how they
today.
built the fucking pyramids.
Oh, it was just good engineering.
I hear that they even had like a wireless electricity back then.
What?
Yeah, because like we use the electrical grid nowadays, and like that's my conspiracy theories and shit. We'll get into that later on. But
Don't invite me.
oh
I
man,
don't want to talk about that bullshit.
I love conspiracies, bro. I love conspiracies. What was your go-to cartoon Saturday mornings as a kid?
Rick and Morty.
Okay.
What is it?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Have I seen that? Have we seen that?
Nah, that's like a newer generation type.
Where have I heard Rick and Morty? Oh, one of my fighters was wearing a Rick and Morty shirt.
Yeah. I forget
Or even the regular show.
Which one?
The regular show. That's what it's called.
The regular show?
Yeah, it was
That's
like
like
birds. It was on Cartoon Network.
The regular. See, we're
old as shit.
yeah. That's crazy.
The regular show.
They start running out of names for shows or whatever. So
Yeah.
cartoons.
I
Yeah.
forgot what it even was about. Like I don't even think
Regular
it was
show.
nothing crazy. It was just like two birds. Yeah.
I remember Cow and Chicken.
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that.
And Johnny Bravo.
Yes, Johnny Bravo.
Oh,
Was
I
the
used to
shit.
love Johnny Bravo.
I used to thought I had the same leg workout as him. But all right, last question. What's one thing you think of when you hear the word success?
For me, what it looks like is a ranch, like outside the city, with,
Nice.
like cattle,
That's what's up.
and yeah, with like a koi pond. Hell yeah.
So when you start picking up some bigger bags, become champion, you gonna buy a ranch?
Yeah, I don't even want like a fucking mansion, nothing, bro. I want like a decent sized house, a ranch on like 4 or 5 acres.
Horses?
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
That's
Like
a Yellowstone,
trail rides,
Yellowstone type
four-wheelers.
shit.
Man.
Yeah, 4-wheelers, horses, fucking
Turn-
cows and shit.
Tornadoes.
Nah, I don't know about all that shit.
Better have
Hell
a shelter,
nah.
man.
Chickens
Better have
and
a
shit,
shelter.
all that, bro.
Dope.
Hell yeah, I do that shit.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
I don't even want a fucking mansion in the city, bro. Fuck that shit. I just want
Out in
a
the
Shelby
woods.
truck,
There you
a
go.
Mustang, and a 1967 fastback. And that's it.
Man,
Damn, you got it all figured out.
I'll
Yeah,
figure it
hell
out.
Yeah, that's all I want, bro. Maybe even like a pool and like a grill on the side of the pool.
It's sorry,
With like a
wait a minute.
shade, you know what I'm saying, over the grill with like a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that rent. She's gonna get that
Oh,
rent,
absolutely.
folks,
Hell yeah.
because she's up and coming. She values life. She values the community. She's making shit happen. She had her first pro fight. She got her other one coming up next. Remind him again when the fight is.
June 28th at Knockout Live.
June 28th, Knockout Live. You could be there in person in Arlington, or you could stream it on Knockout, right?
Yeah.
Or you
They
could
have a
stream it on Knockout. Go follow her. Get behind her. Support her. We thank you for coming on. This is The Good Fight, and thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah.
Out.
I'm trying to start cutting weight now.
Yeah.